in the millions, all the wonder.
Blankets and slots.
Annie's ruined it.
Yeah. Now you made it weird.
Ruined your childhood.
Yay!
Are
we recording?
With
me?
Oh,
I'm just like,
welcome to What We're Watching.
not right now.
Obviously, I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
This
Don't
is
lie.
the
Shit, are
show.
we actually doing his show?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
I literally
I
said
told
this
you
to you
this.
last week.
This is why you're in the comfy corner, so you can't escape.
So, welcome to What We're Watching. Amy's loving the fact that she's here. This is the show where we
Do you
go
want Teddy
through.
as well?
No, it's alright.
In
This
fairness,
is
Panda is right behind you.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Hello, Panda. Slash hit Casey. Casey made an appearance.
Casey!
He's always here in spirit.
right. I suppose we'll start.
If you want to, Aaron, like to be fair.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really a show unless we derail the
We'll work. We'll work backwards. Kara, what movie have you watched recently that you want to talk about?
We haven't watched any movies.
We
No,
literally
we
just
haven't
did
had
2
much.
recordings of Weekend 8.
So we watched They Live and Predator.
Yeah, me too, actually. I watched that as well.
Yes, that's good, isn't it?
Coincidence.
I was explaining those.
Oh
Go
my
check it out.
fucking god.
Are you after spilling stuff?
No,
No.
he nearly did.
Nearly
You're a
did.
fucking bull in a china shop.
He's a bull boy.
No, it's bullying.
Don't make me feel the splatter.
What? Sorry, you pointed at the panda. You
He's
didn't even
very-
point
I'm
at
just
me.
pointing up.
He's a
I pointed
bull, he's
up.
very
I-
horny.
Don't
Alright.
take this out on God.
You can put that fucking finger back for a start, Aaron.
Joe?
What?
God.
Anyway,
Dog.
Joe?
Dog.
Well,
What are we watching?
So, Kira, have you watched anything?
would you like to try the intro again, Aaron?
Criminal
yeah, I'll
Minds
try
and
the
NCIS.
intro again.
Oh!
Yes.
Yeah, we
do
went to a
rewatch.
rewatch of Criminal Minds and NCIS,
Yeah.
which has like ridiculous amount of seasons.
Mm.
So it's taking us a while, but like I love it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it because like I jumped off Criminal Minds relatively early.
We can get.
I'm having a flashback to a not safe for work thought. Seeing that squirty cream. And what makes it worse is I think I told you this story because you're looking at me as if I know what you're thinking. That was a good memory. See, not all my sex stories are with shit guys. That guy was top notch. He was salty and sweet.
Hold on. I'm not doing the first story.
I'll do it.
Over the sink. Over the sink. Release the spit valve.
This episode's devolving into madness very quickly.
Oh, that's
Welcome to our recordings, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron,
Nice.
join the fucking club, lad.
I'm just going to assume that went right into Jonathan's mouth.
Bailey's hot chocolates.
That was it.
That one went
That
through
was
there.
definitely.
Are you serious?
It sounded like
Now,
No.
now we've entered the Patreon. Oh yeah.
This is what we're watching after hours.
You just over the ornament.
Got too excited.
Look, this, I love Bailey's hot chocolate too. Here. That's too much.
Oh,
I love that we've got Nicky Cuts.
it's the greatest day of my life. Oh, it's fucking worth it.
So, Aaron, we've been watching Criminal Minds and NCIS. How does that make you feel?
It's NCIS.
It's going to be great if the microphone doesn't pick that up.
Oh, believe me, that's a fucking sensitive mic. It has picked up your anxiety. It's that fucking sensitive. I don't normally get the line online tonight.
That was. Oh, thank you for joining us for What Are We Watching?
We're done.
Okay.
This episode's basically going to be, we're talking about TV shows and they're going to get bullied every 30
Okay,
seconds.
hang on.
Yeah,
It's
Okay,
no different to when we normally do it remotely.
No, we don't. No, because I usually do it with Brian, and me and Brian have a lot of sexual tension through the whole episode.
You've
Stress
had, to be
everyone.
honest, you've had a lot of sexual tension all night. That I kind of feel bad that I'm going to be sitting in the front seat. I feel like I'm caught.
You're
Seven
kind of
minutes. It's going to be all four of us later.
Or as we call it, the splash.
I was literally about to call it a splash zone, yeah. Like, you should have brought a show with you, to be honest.
I mean, I might just bring the blanket with me.
We'll just
Poor
have to watch.
Chloe's going to get drowned.
Wait, hold on a second. She's off on the side. She's away from the splash zone. You're right in the middle.
No, I'm talking about on the ride home.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Are you talking about the drive home or the ride home?
I said ride home for a reason. Anyway.
Yeah,
Sorry, Aaron. Yeah, you?
Did you come?
Kira.
yeah. Well,
NCIS Criminal Minds. Sorry, Aaron.
hang on.
The only thing I know
wait,
from
wait,
it.
wait, wait.
Yeah.
No, you
but-
shut up now. Right.
Oh. Just my show.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, what season are you on?
Season
10 of NCIS.
10 of NCIS and 7
Of Criminal Minds. Yeah.
The one where apprentices just come back.
Okay, out of curiosity, are you doing just original NCIS, or are you gonna go into NCIS Hawaii and all that kind of jazz?
That was our plan.
We're going to go into
Okay,
NCIS Los Angeles. Hawaii, I'm on the fence because I haven't watched any yet. NCIS New Orleans, yes. Because I did enjoy that while it was on.
They can see
Yeah.
it.
Like,
Second you breathe in. Never mind.
but the way we've been doing it is that we basically do a season of one, then switch to the other, and then finish that season, and
Yeah.
basically alternate that way. So we kind of like chip away through. So like we're
So
doing
we're
that
not completely confusing.
exactly,
Nice.
and also like we've been doing the same with like Stargate, but that's kind of been on the back pedal. So it's almost like we can catch
Haven't
up with
watched that in a
seasons.
while, yeah.
But so do you want to do NCIS and I'll talk about Criminal Minds then? And we do it that way.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, mind.
I'm loving the synergy.
Yeah, it's almost like we're
Bouncing off each other. It's great.
we're a team.
You know, 2 years.
I mean,
Two years to go out.
she already
Yeah.
creamed in his mouth. I mean, honestly, you should date.
Should date them.
Sorry, it's caught on camera. I'm not even. She did it in front of all of us as well.
Yeah, we don't normally do it.
Wait,
Like,
can I ask for one
And
thing
you know
about
what?
said
She
it?
said she was.
You know when
How long
She
ago
does
was your
that.
trip to
Yeah.
I
Thailand?
need a zoom in of you just going. Yeah.
I'll make
I
a slow
have
mo
to-
and
You
everything.
know the best thing is, she said she was shy.
Now when it comes to whipped cream, it isn't, Amy.
Just creaming all over the show. Do you know what the best thing about it is? If this was anybody else saying it about Kira, I'd beat the ever living shit out of you. Right? And it's the same thing if someone like bullies like Aaron to a point where I wouldn't like go over that bullying mark. I'll fucking murder you. He's my bitch. Right? No one else is Bar Chloe's. He's my bitch. Right? Chloe's top dog, but when she's out of commission, y'all
Hot tag.
fucking treat him with fucking respect.
Hot tag.
And if anyone ever disrespects Kira, you ain't coming back. But if I disrespect Kira, it's funny.
That's why you're one of my best friends.
I love you.
That's how she gets friends. She bullies them. Like that's.
Stockholm.
I've never bullied Kira.
Oh, well,
She's the
Jesus.
exception to the rule.
Ah, right,
I
okay.
don't bully women. I bully men. Purely because I don't ever want to get caught in that. Well, you were giving me mixed signals, bitch. No, I wasn't. I was beating the fuck out of you.
Mixed signals.
I was asserting dominance and making sure you know your fucking place is.
One
not
minute you're
between my
friendly
legs.
to me, and then all of a sudden you just hit me. I don't know which one, like which signal to take.
I think the one where she's
It's
kicking
not
the
her
shit out
fault
of
if
you.
you're into BDSM.
But mixed signals. Nonetheless. Red
No,
light.
Can we get back to the TV shows?
Green
Oh,
light.
if you insist.
Yeah, fine.
So like,
Suppose.
so NCIS, like, so full disclosure, I have never watched NCIS before. I've been aware of it. I know of its presence.
Exactly.
So, but it's just one I just never
Fucking
jumped.
Mark Hannon.
Yeah, but I just never jumped into it. That's just the thing. It's you know the kind of thing where like, oh yeah, NCIS.
Original
But-
Binks from Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. No, I get that. I totally.
Yeah,
get that.
McGee. Yeah.
Yeah. But like,
Hit actor, but he didn't do the voice work for the cat, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they do that all the time.
It's just so,
Yeah,
it's
they
just so
redub people
peculiar.
for that. But it's like I say, but the reason I never watch it is because like you know the kind of way you always kind of catch like the fast 5 minutes of an episode before you watch something else. It's like
Yeah, it's
we-
like catching the.
when
When
we
you
got-
used to live stream Raw on the USA Network.
Yeah,
you
something
get the
like
last
that.
5 minutes in NCIS and then you get Raw.
that's it. Yeah. So like it was I think because when we got the FX channel like when it was on Sky, it's like you always catch the last 5 minutes of that before I watched. I think it was Fringe or Criminal Minds I was watching at the time. One of them was on FX anyway, and that's what I was watching beforehand. So you're catching the kind of.
Would have been Fringe, Criminal Minds with Sky Living.
It probably was
It was
Fringe.
Fringe.
It probably was Fringe actually.
That was one with Joshua Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I watched a bit of it, and then I got sick of J.J. Abrams' writing style, which is. So I got. It is fucking accurate. The guy cannot write to save his fucking life.
Because he builds everything around. What is it? is it the secret box or something? Is that what he calls it? And then it's like he'll never give away what's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a fucking hack.
Like he
what
did
you're
with
saying
Star
there.
Wars with fucking Rey's dad.
Oh, come here. He did the same with Star Trek and he fucking ruined it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that's the thing. So like, I've always been aware of NCIS without actually jumping in and watching it. And it's only since Kira started kind of watching it, say like, you know, it could be on while I'm coming home from work or something. And it's just the kind of thing. Because that's the same with
MasterChef Australia.
MasterChef Australia
I
was the
start
same
watching
thing.
something and he gets sucked in.
Oh no, I just picked a favourite. So that guy should win. I was like, I don't care if he's good or bad or different.
You got
I like
sucked in, don't lie.
I did get sucked in.
You were like, oh, this is a
totally
mystery box, that means we have to. And then you were full on. Oh,
I
okay.
fucking fettered into the MasterChef Australia.
You were so funny. Because you were like, oh no, I'm not into cooking shows when we first started dating.
Yeah.
And then you were right beside me watching MasterChef Australia.
Is it? He shouldn't have come out. He should have been eliminated. That's bollocks. It's bullshit. Fucking
So were you
ridiculous.
happy that Brent won?
Were you happy that you got sucked
I
in?
was. Don't get me wrong. I think I can't remember the lad who finished third overall because he was my pick.
Michael the arsehole.
No. He was
Yeah, the young fella, he was the arsehole. He got two. Yeah, they complimented the fuck out of him every fucking chance
All the
they
fish.
got. Every single thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was Declan.
Declan.
Yeah,
That's
Declan,
it.
yeah. He was the third place, but he was complimented over fucking everything.
Mm.
And what happened was that shit went to his head.
Mm.
Yeah.
And he did not deserve
He
to win.
couldn't do a service challenge.
No,
That
he
was the problem.
fucking couldn't. He was shy.
Yeah. I liked him though. But in any case,
He's a lovable idiot.
you love Lydia, exactly. Yeah.
Stuck to his ways.
I related him to him so much.
Yeah. Do you know what's funny? When we were watching it live at the point, we said the same thing.
But so yeah, so it was the same thing with NCIS then. And what really kind of caught my attention with it was that instead of like watching the end of an episode, it was the start of it and then the intro music. And I don't think I've ever seen a show that the intro music is theoretically completely incompatible with the show. Because when you're thinking like a Navy detective action show.
You're expecting something along the lines of Law and Order.
Yeah. I'm not expecting fucking Eurobeat stuff going on.
Which, when Denozo is being interrogated because they think he's a murderer,
Yeah.
and he is in the interrogation room and he is tapping on the table away to himself.
He seems way too unsafe. Like,
He is tapping away to the NCIS theme song.
Yeah.
I just thought that was.
I can't even mention the thing that turned me off NCIS because he hasn't gotten to it yet.
Mm.
I know.
And once that happens, I'm just like, oh, fuck off.
Mm.
Just get fucked.
Yeah.
It's Ziva and Tony.
Yeah.
I'm just...
Yeah.
Really? I have issues now with this.
It's quite fascinating. It's also like, it's this kind of weird, kind of like, again, kind of the times that we're living in at the minute. It's quite interesting to see like a character that was like an Israeli character written at the time for her the way she was. Because like, in the different contexts, it's like, it's...
An Israeli character played by a
Chilean actress, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just,
Coyote de Pablo.
yeah. As it's like again, it's just
Like, she's a fantastic actress. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but like,
and a funny note, and a decent enough character as well.
Yeah.
Like it's
The
just it's just
storyline with Ari as well. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh, come on!
To be
like
fair,
they chop
they all
and
look
change
alike.
her. Like they chop and change
Well,
her
Jesus,
character.
this has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recording.
to suit the series as well.
I'm working heel now.
But that's just it. Like so again, there's always like
even her hair.
Mm.
Like her hair during the Ari arc was
Like the tight plait.
no because when it wasn't the type of, it was the massively curly.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's all sleek
yeah.
because that's what's acceptable.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
that annoys me.
Yeah.
As a girl with curly hair.
I just want to know what the fuck you're doing with the product in her. Don't turn it straight.
But like the two, there's
Hair, Aaron.
No,
We're
I had
talking
something
about
that
fucking- We know exactly what you had in your hair.
there is
Yeah, I
one
said
main
hair.
reason I love both NCIS and a very similar reason why I love Criminal Minds.
Mm.
And once I say one, you'll know the other.
Penelope. Yeah. And, oh god, what? Abby.
Yeah.
Like
She
I
was
wanted to be
40.
them when I grew up.
Mm.
She's
I
in
love
her
her, yeah.
40s.
Generally,
Yeah, but like when the series
She
starts,
started when she was in her late 30s.
her late 30s.
Yeah.
And most of the character is based on her because she actually has a degree in forensics.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And she moved to New York, I think, to get a job in for forensics. ended up acting, and that's why she knows. Like,
Not surprised.
she is so comfortable with the information.
Well, yeah, that's what kind of
very
amuses me for
refreshing
when
to
they.
see somebody in their element, and it's kind of that
Yes.
part of obviously the look. Oh, you're amazing, but to see someone in their element, and you're like, God fucking damn,
Like,
you know
it's-
what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chloe approves.
I want to be
She-
her or
she-
Penelope,
she knows what
especially
she's talking
because
about.
considering that Garcia is again a current
Oh,
girl.
I'm sorry. I want to be Penelope
Yeah.
purely just to hear every day when I'm in work. How
Hey,
you doing,
mama.
baby girl? Hey, you mama. I'm just like, oh! Oh, HR would have a field day with us. Like, oh. And I love the episode of Criminal Minds where HR has a field day with them
Yeah.
because of it.
Hey, remind me to get her tested. Garcia, you're on speakerphone. Oh, I know. I'm talking about
I knew that. Anyway.
like some of her lines, like it's like in one of the first episodes, like you're through to the font of all knowledge,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Morgan doesn't get what he wants, and she's like, well, now you've been redirected to the department of too freaking bad. And his time's up. Oh, I was like,
They want
oh,
there's a list of them from somewhere. Like it's the same way like with NCIS. Like the show, every episode starts the exact same way, and what they do is they're very acutely aware of it in a sense where like they'll have an open bit of banter, and again it's almost like it's AI generated in a certain degree. It's like they have a bit of banter. Dinoza makes a off the cut Aaron-esque comment. Gibbs comes in, slaps him around the head, and goes, "Everyone's
That's
dead.
not
move."
even a joke.
No.
just Marine dead, grab your gear.
Yeah, literally, and it's something comforting about it. Like it is a very like it's an almost like American serialized version of it, you know.
For Christmas, Jonathan got me yet another mug.
Yes.
I got like 5 different mugs for Christmas. Gibbs rules. The problem is,
We
this
can't
is
read them.
obviously, no you can, but it's obviously copied off something because there are, read it and you'll know. You'll know what I'm on about immediately.
Now I didn't notice at the time, of course, but
No, you didn't exactly look at it very carefully.
no.
You just went, yeah, great.
So, the question I have, like, seeing how you're like watching Sure and considering what you do in real life, how does the science fare up?
Well, so this is an interesting one about CSI. I'll start off with that on that one because I don't know if CSI watching that is what actually made me want to be a forensic scientist to begin with, because I just found the whole thing just really, really fascinating. And that's the thing. Oh, it totally. It was at a time in my life where I had absolutely no idea what I was going to do with myself. Absolutely no idea. I could have been fucking this, that, or the other. And then suddenly I watched this show and I was like, found it.
I've been awakened.
And that was it. I
I've
found
been awakened intellectually.
Yeah, exactly. It is
I
literally.
will unlock your potential.
Yeah. And like it was interesting at that point. It was like I need to find something to target as a career. I was like, oh, that's it. I found it. You know.
So unfinished sentences,
I'm just
sentences
like,
that don't make sense.
This is annoying the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, always looking.
So, like,
yeah, that's why.
Does that annoy the fuck out of more than me saying Johnson Ankles? Why did I say that? She's really close to me!
He's holding a weapon.
literally can be thrown.
Why would you do it?
Oh, God.
Get him.
Oh,
Educate him.
Don't make it even better.
I'm doing
this
it
is
lighter than I do him.
This is technically a faulty item, which Kira would probably like, oh no, it's a shame it broke.
But to answer your question, Foxy, right?
Yes.
The biggest issue, the CSI is probably the most unrealistic forensic show in terms of
Which is hilarious.
But it's just kind of ironic.
It's entertaining.
And the only thing what really makes it
Yes.
unrealistic are two things, right? The first thing is the actual, so we said, access to the crime scene. Now this is a conceit that every TV show does.
You don't waste good.
Yeah.
Always look under.
Always look under. Yeah.
What, the hood?
But
The bed?
So the first thing is like when people like kind of just walk across the crime scene in their fucking street clothes. That is obviously not what's done, right? That's clearly obviously not the case.
Also,
But they do it as a team.
Also, a lab technician would never be at the scene with a gun.
Well,
The lab technician would never.
well, that's the biggest misconception.
Is this
Yeah.
thing is that
Depends
that's the
where
one
you're from.
Yeah.
that's the thing that every CSI that does this, and you're like seeing because it's always the actual like crime scene investigators are always the same thing. Like, none of us would
Yeah.
ever be in the field.
That's exactly it.
Questioning
That-
suspects, we would never be going.
Yeah.
None of that is fucking real.
That's the biggest. That's
It's
the biggest.
purely
one.
there.
Yeah.
That's just purely there for as
Yeah.
entertainment.
And
Because they are.
And timeline.
Yeah,
I was about to.
it's,
I was about to
it's
timeline.
basically
Yeah.
it's just because these are your main characters, and it would be really fucking boring
Yeah.
if it was just them in the lab being handed stuff and talking to them.
Exactly. So they have to do a TV conceit where like they have to be there at the scene to carry the scene forward and all this sort of stuff. Whereas obviously in real life, the lab techs, as Amy said, don't actually aren't and they never touch the scene.
Like
It's,
at least with NCIS, Abby doesn't leave her lab.
no, that she
barring
is.
she does.
barring it,
very
yeah.
specific instances, like
Yeah.
she's on her way to court.
Exactly.
But
And
like,
they,
and
and
the
they,
thing with them is they are special agents. Anyway.
Yes,
They're,
exactly.
They're there to investigate the scene, and the majority of them, they don't even touch the fucking bodies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wait for Ducky.
Ducky touches the bodies.
exactly.
Ducky touches.
Ducky touches the bodies.
Ducky touches.
May he rest in peace.
May he
Yes.
rest in peace.
'Cause he
I
died, like,
also
last year.
love the reference. Is
The
it
man
Kate?
from Uncle.
Yeah, who says it? Who asks Gibbs what? Wonder what Ducky looked like when he was younger.
Yeah.
And Gibbs answers Ilya.
I
The Man
can't,
from
yeah,
Uncle.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
I
the
can't
character he
remember-
played
yeah.
in The Man from Uncle.
Yeah.
The original
Which
TV
is-
show.
Who David McCallum actually played.
So well, another point in the NCIS's favour is that with CSI, it is presented as if this information or like the lab results and stuff that is instantaneous. It really isn't. Like toxicology,
You'd be waiting for
usually
days.
To be
Hours
fair,
and
I
days.
do,
No,
I
no,
do
it's
vividly,
Days.
weeks.
Yeah. Well,
Toxicology
days.
takes weeks.
I do vividly remember in CSI Las Vegas,
Yeah.
although it wasn't called that until like they rebooted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That even the lab technician in that says, "What you want me to do? Like hours and hours and possibly weeks of testing is condensed down into like a 5-minute scramble." Okay.
Now that was after they got self-aware and they realized,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Like the newer series, was,
sentience.
it was very self-aware because it got to a point where they realised people had watched these shows and decided to study those fields.
I couldn't
Yeah.
even get. I
And it
couldn't
was
even get
nothing-
into the new one.
Well,
to be
I-
honest.
There's
can-
nothing
I-
like that.
I
And
can
it
tell you for
got to a
fact.
point they had to.
Yeah.
We have to start making this a little bit more realistic
yeah.
because people are getting the very wrong fucking ideas.
I
Yeah.
can tell you for a
Mhm.
fact that when I started off college, there was a class of about 36 people that was into it. And the first thing that they said, like, again, the prospectus kind of almost adamantly says, this is not a CSI course. This is a fairly simple, bog standard, versatile chemistry degree. And you take what you want from it and go from there. It's to get you out in the workforce and get you doing something in the scientific background. People misheard that part and said, CSI! I can be a forensic man! I can be a ratio kid! No, you can't.
18-year-olds.
Yeah. So literally,
Remember, 18-year-olds. They
like-
have no brain cells.
but,
mean
but
to
here's
tell
the,
me-
Their brain
Does it-
hasn't even fully
but here's the
developed
thing.
yet. They're
Right.
wait until we're 25 and then
Yeah.
then we should be massive people.
Here-
Right, what
yeah.
does your life want to be?
yeah. So here's the thing, right?
Totally
30
agree.
36
Look
people.
at fucking Aaron, for Christ's sake.
Not even gonna fucking argue with that.
Yeah.
I would have figured out what I wanted to do last year, and I was 30. So
Like,
Still
And I-
waiting at 34.
Still don't know.
Still don't know.
yeah, but that's just it. Like, so like they all got the wrong end of the stick. I was still,
baby.
but NCIS at least is aware of its own timeline. They will say it's been like a week or two since we've investigated this guy, which is genuinely realistic. It does take 2 weeks to do a full autopsy and a toxicology because there's stuff you need to wait on. You need to do cultures. You need to do
They're just
scans.
they're subtle about it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
subtle about it. But
But,
like,
like,
it's
It's always a different
Yeah.
outfit from Abby, or
it's
you walk in
Yeah.
and she's like asleep at her desk, or
it's more faithful to the police
or
procedural.
bored waiting for the results.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's more faithful to a police procedural where it like something like Columbo accepts that there's a time frame to it. It just doesn't tell you. You know, it will be Columbo will wait a week or two to hone in on the guy because he wants to have all the facts in hand, so he can do the Peter Falk. I just got one last question. You know, he'll do that, right? Whereas with CSI, it almost has to pride
I
itself
saw
on like
that
the
look.
fucking high turnaround type of thing. So that's kind of answer your question. Is that ironically enough, NC.
Peter Falk is turning in his grave.
Yeah, I kind of did it on the Huff side. Yeah, it wasn't the best. Wasn't the best work. But
And Criminal Minds, in terms of the psychology that they use, they lean heavily into Freud,
yes,
Yeah.
which a lot of it has been discredited
which
since.
is
do you want to hear Chloe's opinions on Freud?
Aaron's-
She's been reading a lot of Freud recently.
yeah. I have PTSD from having to
Freud.
do Freud and
Really
Simone de
attractive book.
Beauvoir in sociology in like first year of college. Oh God.
Yeah, so
Uh,
this is probably the good point to say that I'm doing a master's in child and adolescent psychoanalytic psychotherapy.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you poor bitch.
Yes.
Trust me, many a breakdown on the phone.
Do you hate Aaron that much?
I need to get into the mind of a child.
Stodgy. Oh, no.
That's exactly
oh my
why
god,
he's
is that
doing
why
it.
you're still dating Aaron? He's your case study.
He is a perfect case study.
There's other reasons why she's still dating me.
Go on.
If you want another one.
I don't have any examples right now. She lives.
It's because of his PhD
Yes.
and the PhD.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I totally accept and almost
Don't worry, I'll make sure she
disregard
never breaks
to
up.
an extent
You'll
the
never
science
do
of the profile.
Mm.
I'm
She
just
will,
looking at the
but
story
you-
arc.
See,
And
that's
the
just it.
characters. I love
that's
the
actually
characters
true,
in
yeah.
Criminal Minds.
You see, like the Criminal Minds gets away with it because the characters are
We
so
used to know
good.
Ashley's
Like
name.
they are genuinely fun characters to watch because at least to a certain degree, like I know why the reason I got back into Criminal Minds is because I kind of switched off after Gideon left.
And I
What-
just started doing a rewatch and you got sucked in.
I got sucked in again, and I'll be honest with you, I did
happens.
sleep.
To be honest, though,
That's
to be
why
honest,
not.
when Fat Tony shows up,
Yeah.
you're kind of like,
That's where I was
and-
going.
No, I stopped. So what when we were watching, I'm like, okay, this. Is
I love how you understood that by the way.
Yeah. It's
as
like,
soon as Fat Tony turns up into any TV show, I'm just like, this is now my favourite TV
is
show.
it, what happens to the criminal? Why is the criminal not here right now? Can we wait for the criminal? I'm just saying.
Someone get Joey Tight Lips from the
So we just recently watched the episode where he's teaching them how to make pasta.
Yeah. And he really leans into the
Oh,
Italian,
it
isn't he?
is
Like,
so fun when he's like, if you can't do this, order pizza. JJ and JJ picks up the wine and goes, hey! Can we drink the wine yet? When do we get to drink the wine?
yeah,
I love it. It was so
it's
good.
very good.
It's the character moments that I
Yes.
really love the show for.
Yeah, and like I said, it's such a good, diverse crew, and they do like it is a kind of thing where like
They're not perfect.
no, but and that's just it. Like, they'll poke a little hole for the sake of a storyline or a plot device or whatever, and it gets you through the season. It gets them through the season, and then they kind of might do a reset, or they'll pick it up later on. Then they poked the hole in Reed for season 2, and they poked the hole in Hotch for season 4, and they'll do now one with Rossi for season 7. So they're doing a little bit, yeah. But they're doing and
it doesn't last very long.
yeah.
Sorry.
I know. But Prentice was in season 6.
Yeah.
They poked a hole in her character, and they said, okay, let's pull this little like thread out,
Correct.
you know. And same with it's like Garcia got her spot, and JJ got hers as well, and everyone just gets one, you know.
Each season, like every character gets some like chance to stand out.
Yeah.
Like to me, like now I've watched through like a majority of like Criminal Minds, and I'm fucking like my go-to. Like no matter when it's on, like I have to watch it. It's literally the fight with Reaper.
Oh, that's great. I love that arc.
That episode,
Yeah.
have to watch it because it's fucking done so goddamn well.
Now you talking about the one that was the episode
Gotta
100?
go, Daddy. I'm working the case.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
There
That's
you go.
episode 100. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely
What's Thomas
phenomenal.
C. Hill?
Hmm?
Thomas C. Hill.
Playing the Reaper.
Or was that Tim Curry?
No, Tim
No,
Curry was
Tim
the
Curry was a different
was the
season.
blackout killer.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Thomas C. Hill is the one that's the Reaper,
Yeah.
and he was actually in he was in fucking The Outsiders.
Yeah. The amount of time we spend on IMDb going, I know
Yeah.
them from
There's a
somewhere.
lot of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
They
that.
all they're all whores for that.
It's all they're all do the same circuits. It's
Yeah,
like
no, he's
yeah.
like he literally plays Ponyboy in The Outsiders,
mm,
and I remember when I was like
I never
watching it.
watched
Oh, The Outsiders is fantastic.
mm.
It is a really, really good movie, and it's a fantastic book. But I remember when I was watching the first time, I was like looking at watching. I was like, I know you. How do I know you? And I just really went, Ponyboy. And my dad is like, not again. I thought you were over The Outsider's face, and I'm like, no, that's Pony. That is him. Yeah, I never get out of The Outsider's face.
But it's a fun
Well,
watch.
it's not
Yeah.
the
So yeah, that's oh yeah, and if there's anything we'll take away from the NCIS, it's the fup. That's our reoccurring joke. It's how the end of the scene. It's the
His-
fup. It's
Which
just-
is David Belisario
yeah.
went into the recording studio with Mike and made that sound.
Yeah.
It's not a Foley artist, it's not a sound bite, he had a sound in mind, and McGee is his stepson.
Stepson, yeah.
Oh.
Bit of a...
Nepotism, yeah.
And the reason for his sudden drop in weight? Stopped drinking and stopped eating sugar.
Yeah, get
Bastard has way more self-control than I do.
Do you know what?
You know what? That's the most unrealistic thing about that.
Yeah.
Go away.
The alcohol, I'll agree on the alcohol one. Yeah, definitely. But get fucked with your sugar, man. Why you just got rid of all happiness out of your life?
Cruel.
It's because he's seen himself on screen so much now, and he's self-critical. It's like, okay, I can't look like
There was
this.
a lot of fat
to be
jokes.
fair,
Yeah.
to be fair,
aimed
if you're,
at him and his
if you're
character.
constantly starring in a scene next to Michael Weatherly,
That's just it. You see,
you're
yeah.
kind of and you're literally the more handsome character is basically mainly the one that's bullying you.
Yeah, the
because
jock and
you're
nerd
like-
relationship.
You're kind of like, yeah, I actually want to change this. Because there's only so many times you can call him a pedo off screen before like it gets to a point where like, okay, look, it's in the,
The
script
McGee
for him to
nicknames.
say this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love but like some of them
Some of them are adorable.
really really intelligent and funny.
Yeah.
Gimmick infringement.
And then some of them are just, well, that's just mean.
Yeah.
Is it mechanical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're currently on. Like we have a list a mile long of stuff that I want
We
to
really do,
rewatch or watch for the first time. We haven't even gotten finished some movies.
They haven't finished watching The Bear yet, Aaron.
We started it. We started. We need to jump back into it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
How far did you
Yeah.
get into it?
A couple of episodes.
Yeah.
The first season. We haven't done the second
Oh,
season yet.
They're filming the third season
I
soon,
have
actually.
seen clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen
Yeah.
clips, and I like there's certain clips I've seen that I've liked, but I need to get the wider context.
I got Amy into it because when she came down to Cork one day, I was like, you like this. I made her watch it. She finished it off. What, by the Monday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I started watching. I watched some of I finished all of season 1 in his house, and then I had to wait until I got home for season 2 because it was on the Fire Stick. It wasn't on Disney Plus yet, so I watched it within the space of 8 hours, and then I was finished it. And then I felt an empty hole inside my soul.
Because to be fair, it took because of the writer's strike. It's taken ages for them to even start filming season 3.
No,
No,
riddle
do
me.
you know what's worse than waiting on a series? Waiting on a fucking book.
Ah, here we go. Yeah.
I have made the
No.
critical error
I know,
of
but you know what's
starting
even
books and not
worse?
checking if they were part of a season,
Sorry.
and not even if they were part of a series. If the next book was out yet.
Do you know what's even worse? When you get really, really into a Netflix series that maybe is, I don't know, directed, produced by David Fincher, and then Netflix decide that it's far too expensive to actually continue. And then they ended it on a fucking cliffhanger of him having a panic attack, and they still didn't find BTK. Why did you get rid of Manhunter?
So, Foxy, what have you watched?
I was about to ask that next day. What have you been watching, Foxy?
That pisses me off so fucking greatly. And it's like,
No,
and they're
actually,
doing it with
you know
everything.
what else I
And
was
they keep doing
rewatching?
it with everything. It's like you get one season out of it, it gets really fucking good, then they realise, shit, this has gained traction, it's gonna cost us more money, cancel it.
No, do you know what else I
Actually,
was rewatching?
with Mindhunter,
Shut up, Kira is speaking.
I was rewatching Firefly.
Oh, don't do that to yourself.
I know. But I love the fact that they use curse words in Chinese to get around the censorship. I love that.
oh, that's smart.
Have you never watched Firefly?
I haven't. I need to.
Did you know?
No, it's
So
too
good.
sci-fi.
It's
No.
such a disappointment. I also love. I have watched Castle,
Yeah.
so
I do
I
like
love the fact that he
Nathan Fillion.
dresses up as himself.
I think
I actually started watching The Rookie because of Nathan Fillion
Yeah.
in it, because I was like, I actually really
Yeah.
like
actually
him
that's part of the reason why my mom watched them.
Yeah, and it's like, because I first saw him on Two Guys a Girl,
Yeah.
and I was like, he
Yeah.
played Johnny. And I was like, I kind of like this show.
Yeah.
And obviously there was Ryan Reynolds. But like, yeah, you kind of really get into it.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so,
Firefly.
I think the reason I can't watch Firefly is because of Joss Whedon.
yeah, he kind of has
I
to.
know.
Like one thing can turn.
I know it's
it's the
tainted,
same as well.
I know.
It's the same as well. Do you know what Baby Driver? I can't
I've
watch
never
Baby
watched that.
Driver because of Kevin Spacey. I can't even watch the last season of House of Cards because of fucking Kevin Spacey. Even though he's not in it.
Seven is
obviously,
like, yeah,
because-
Seven is like literally one of my favourite movies.
Yeah.
That's
Just
another one I
now
can't watch,
he's
is it?
John Doe, you're
It's
like,
just
oh.
completely ruined. It's like, I know you're a part of it. So,
Anyway,
I know.
Foxy, what are you watching?
So like, I've watched two things recently. Like, one is the second series of Marvel's What If.
That was really good.
I haven't watched that yet.
I haven't watched any of them. I fell out of Marvel.
So
What If is fine because it's not really connected with the rest of it. It's
I think it's just in the sense of like I think I have.
There was
The franchise
there
burned
was
out.
so
Yeah, I've
much.
had my
they
fill
did
of
too much. They did too much.
Yeah.
Even
They oversaturated the market.
I think it was even who's the head of Disney? He left and he came back.
Yeah,
What's-
Yoki Bob.
Bob Iger. He even
Yeah.
said it. You've done way too fucking much. You've
Yeah, that's why they
kind of
brought him
ruined
back.
it. So now we're gonna just step back.
Yeah.
We're gonna lightly put shit out again like you did, and hopefully maybe save it. Although apparently the director of Daredevil said this will save everything. It's fine. You don't need to
Bullshit.
fucking worry.
Bullshit. That's what they thought about the first Daredevil.
I'm looking forward to Daredevil. It's really good.
What, the first one?
No, the
Ben
third one.
Affleck. Ah, yeah, great. That was great.
director's
It was
cut.
okay.
Yes,
That was good.
not the
Colin Farrell. Bullseye.
not the theatrical release. No.
I never miss. That
Although
was
I
great.
did like.
Ah, that's great.
Electro.
Let's be honest. Him flicking the peanut into the old woman's front page is fucking
Watched it,
hilarious.
but, like,
It's so stupid. It's so
No, I'm not talking about the
stupid.
movie. I'm talking about the scene in
Oh,
Daredevil
right, right.
with the boxing and
Yeah.
yeah.
Screams new metal, like that's it. But yeah, like season 2, like I liked it, but I found most of it was just unnecessary. Like it was.
I think I enjoyed it more
Is it
because
necessary to drink your own urine?
but it's sterile and I like
But you
the
still,
taste.
would you do it
Stop
anyway?
quoting fucking dodgeball.
I told you before.
Fucking oranges.
I liked season 2 of What If
Didn't that warn
because
you?
I knew going into it was going to be connected through the whole thing. So I was like, this is fine. But I understand Haley Atwell likes playing Captain Carter. I do. Can you not fucking keep leaning on her because you can't get fucking Chris Evans? Please. I'm not saying she's not bad because she's fine, but you just I like the actress. I don't mind Captain Carter, but it's like every time they do multiversal stuff, it's like, well, we can't get Chris Evans to do Captain America. Fucking
So
throw her into it.
Here's our Captain America.
Yeah.
I enjoy the character. I just they leaned on her a bit too much in this.
I did enjoy the Native American episode where the Cosmic Cube.
Yes, but at the
That was
same time,
decent.
it's like you're just introducing a very, very random character.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I know.
Entirely new one. And they said she's going to be in live action eventually. But I actually quite liked that whole episode. I thought it was so disconnected from everything else. I was like, this is actually quite fun.
But yeah, like I did think like the series was a bit unnecessary. Like they didn't need to do anything with it. Like after the 4th series.
They're doing season 3 next.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because you can go anywhere with it. That's the handy thing about it.
Yeah.
So until people are completely sick of it, like they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Personally, I would love them to just focus on certain.
See, like Aaron said though, with the Eisner back for Disney, that might change
Yeah.
because he understands the market a lot better than the amount that they had in. That this oversaturation means that people are going to drip out of a lot
Quicker, yeah.
quicker,
Yeah.
which means they won't get the sales and the marketing they want out of it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you stretch it out longer and put stuff into the vault
Go
quicker,
back to 2 movies and a TV show here.
Well, you
Yeah.
develop the appetite for it again. That's just,
like
that's just
holding
loyalty.
off on Loki like they did. Now I
Yeah.
haven't watched season
Haven't
2 of
watched
Loki
it.
yet. That is on the list for me too. But I want to do a rewatch of season 1.
fucking good.
But I want to do a rewatch of season 1 first, and I want to see if you'll enjoy it. Because he's not really into Marvel.
I'm not a Marvel guy at all. No.
Loki's interesting.
Yeah,
It's very
I,
interesting.
it pulled
Just
on
as a
threads
story,
that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
The ending, the whole.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's why he's
Yeah.
being
Oh,
so
when they
sus
do
about
that tap dance dinosaur scene, my god.
Yeah. And they bring Predator into it, and
Oh.
Alien. It's fantastic.
What Vince McMahon was doing there, I don't know.
But the other thing that I watched was Morbius. I got to watch Morbius finally.
What a shit movie! It's great. It's bad. It's good shit. I highly enjoyed the whole.
Right.
Who is fucking what's the bad guy's name in it? The actual actor.
Matt Smith.
Who is his fucking agent? That he came out of Doctor Who and has done fuck all with that like push he got afterwards.
I'm
You'd
sorry.
give me a Marvel movie. It's a
House
Sony
the,
one.
House the
and
Dragon
House
says
the Dragon.
otherwise.
House the
Yeah.
Dragon.
that is the only.
The Crown.
Last night in
The Crown.
Solo and
And
The Crown.
Okay, he was in 2 seasons of The
He's in
Crown
Terminator as well.
and House of Dragon. but
He
it
also
seems,
did movies.
but it's a big
Yeah.
gap between big things. Like
Maybe he wanted to
Nice.
take a personal break.
So
as well.
hold on, the man has a fucking family as well. You do take a break from stuff.
yeah, no, I mean in the sense of
You
he finally got to do a
Hold on.
Marvel movie. We all know Matt Smith can act. He'd be a really good bad guy, and they give him a bit of a gay vampire.
Sorry, do you know what else?
And not
Sorry,
Twilight.
do you know what else? Fucking Matt Smith got out of that one hell of a fucking paycheck that literally said, "Grand, I actually don't have to take another job. I can actually focus now on getting ready for House of Dragons."
That's just it. Like, yeah, like you don't when you fall out of it.
You literally don't go from one role to another. You do have to.
Oh,
prep
I know,
for
no,
that.
I know that. It just seems
Do
like
you?
that.
I don't think you do.
I do know that. It just seems like that when you find out if you never knew what Matt Smith was in terms of a Marvel thing, and you find out he's in Morbius, and you don't know the MCU or whatever, and you watch that, you're like, what the fuck is this shit?
Is that necessarily his fault?
And then you have the Falcon
Exactly.
at the end of it.
Like, so he has to make what he has. Like that, and that's not even the agent's fault either. Like if for him
also
as well.
you're signing on to a project. You have either a script or an outline.
Yeah,
When you
and
sign
it looks
on
good
to
on
it.
paper.
And this, do you know what? This looks really good. And then you start going to pre-production. You now have your cast, and then they said, "Shit, that's who we have playing him. Fuck, we need to change this character a little bit more. If we're gonna change this character up to be more like the actual actor, or we're gonna change it to suit other roles that he's already played. So it's not gonna be so much out of the wind that his fans aren't going to be put off by this."
Yeah.
So then they start changing shit up. So for all we knew, he fucking signed on for something completely different to what he actually ended up playing.
That's
And that's
Very-
another
yeah.
massive reason to not take every fucking role that's
no,
thrown
that's
your
fine.
way.
That's great.
He's probably been offered tons of shit, and he said no.
I'm not
Because
doing the
even
show
right,
live
I'm
anymore.
looking at,
Fuck this shit.
It's your lack
I'm
of
looking at
understanding.
right. I'm looking at his filmography at the moment. So even when he was doing, so he did Doctor Who from 2010 to 2014. He did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other television
2015
series,
actually.
like episodes, even appearances. Television, 1, 2, 3, 4 television films, some of which are interviews with about like the Doctor, but like that's during the time that he's in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Since 2000, he was in so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 movies since 2014.
That's what, 2 movies a year?
Yeah, which is about.
Wow, that actually seems pretty fucking normal for an actor.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Aaron
I
expects
mean,
like
in
a
the
here's
sense,
the
different job.
thing
okay,
See,
I'm
here's the thing,
saying this
Aaron.
in one thing,
You're
right?
not. You see, here's the problem, right? You have your bubble of stuff that you would watch.
And on the stage.
I was
You
about to
have
say,
your
he does
bubble
stage
of
stuff as
stuff
well.
that you would watch.
And in the shower.
And short movies.
Sure, movies,
Right.
yeah.
And Marvel is one of the things that you would have watched. Hence why you would notice him in that.
No, I know he does a lot of great things. It just seems like he should be a bigger actor than he is.
See,
That's all I'm
depends-
saying.
but it depends on
Because
what
he's
type
a
of film-
shit hot actor.
But
Oh,
it
hang on,
depends
The
on
Crown
what he
proved
wants.
that.
But
House
it's
of
what
Dragon
he
proves it.
wants, though. That's all.
I
It's
know,
what
it
he
just-
wants.
it just
He
seem-
wants to be able to still have a semi-private life as opposed to be. I don't want to be overexposed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know, I understand that. I'm just saying, just in general, he's just such a. Amen. I'm just saying he's such a. That was a bad way.
Right.
I shouldn't have done that. I'm just saying he's such a good actor. I feel
I
like
didn't
that.
realise everyone was so protective of Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We must protect him at all costs.
But for someone, like, here's the thing.
No,
it's
but
not
I'm
even
saying in
like
the sense
that
of-
we're
It's
protecting.
such a
Right.
weird.
Do you know the way-
it's,
yeah.
Barely know what he looks like.
it's such a weird hill for you to try and
No,
die
no,
on.
no.
Yeah.
no.
You've had
I'm
some
gonna
fucking
point-
weird
no,
hills
one
over the
second there.
years.
1 second there, now, right?
He's a bit lazy.
I'm going to point this at David Tennant. Did Doctor Who just before Matt Smith, or was
Yes,
it just
yes.
afterwards?
No,
Before.
before.
Right.
He was 10.
Everything he's been in has been fucking great.
Bullshit.
Broadchurch. He did
Bullshit.
one Marvel thing, which was fucking fantastic. I don't think I've seen him and he's been decent. He was in a show that I watched recently where he was a priest and he accidentally killed someone, I think. I can't really remember. He was brilliant in
Some
that.
great fucking TV show that you watched that was brilliant. He can't even remember what it was about.
No, he did kill. No, but I'm not going to give it away, obviously.
Father Ted too.
I can remember. But I'm just saying is that
Played
Matt
that
Smith seems to be
murderer, Aaron.
doesn't seem to be as
Yeah.
revered as a David Tennant when in reality they're probably just as good at each other.
David
That's
Tennant
all I'm
has a
saying.
house with 30 kids in it. He wants to get the fuck out of there as much as possible. Foxy only has 2 in his and he's dying to get away from them.
I
That's why David Tennant is out of the house. That's
That's all
David
I'm
Tennant
saying.
shows
It's just
himself
that I feel like Matt Smith should be he should be in bigger roles more.
However, I think it's more his choice as opposed to
It could be.
anything
That's
else.
all.
I
I'm
think
saying.
he
It is.
Jesus, all right,
Now,
now.
right.
To be fair, Arden could be because he's just crap.
No, he's actually very good. I'm saying Matt Smith's a very good fucking actor.
Stare the fucking pub right.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
Right.
He should have been Prince Philip in all 8 6 8.
Seven.
doesn't matter. We digress anyway.
Yeah.
But look, here's a way to combat that.
Shit, I forgot you were the one that was talking.
That's why I'm bringing it back and trying to almost like save him from
Zoned
himself.
out again.
Yeah.
But
It's not fun when we're
if you look at Morbius, in the confines of being a self-contained movie.
Who has actually seen Morbius?
No.
No.
Okay.
So just-
No, but
That's
like
your man from the Matrix.
That's Neo.
you're thinking
No,
the
Morbius was the fellow who gave him the
Morpheus,
pills.
yeah.
Morpheus.
Morpheus,
Morpheus.
sorry.
Yeah.
But Mobius is in Loki.
Yeah.
Mobius is in Loki, but Morbius is the living vampire.
I know, but he's trying to make a connection there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But if you look at Morbius as a self-contained movie and not try to connect it to any other Blade like movie, because it's Sony fucking Pictures doing it in their fucking shared Spider-Man universe.
But we don't know who Spider-Man is. Which is even
And
better.
but like if you take
not
out
fun.
anything that happens like
always gonna be
because
fun.
there is like end credits which kind of like tease potential stuff, but we've had that before. But if you take that out of the equation, self-contained movie, it's actually fine. It's actually fine to watch. I enjoyed it.
I prefer Venom from the Sony movies. I feel like there's more heart in those. It seems like Morbius was just kind of a...
Yes,
It was
it
just
was
like-
another character to put.
No, I know. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it honestly feels like? Do you know when actors are contracted to a studio and they have to do one more movie?
Yes.
And they're just like, well, fuck, we got Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll throw him in there. There seems to be a little bit more heart put into like the Venom movies. It seems like a lot more fun.
I think he would have made a great Craven.
Who? Jared Leto?
Ah, yeah.
No, I think Aaron Johnson might actually do it.
I think he might. Yeah, see, that's another one. That looks like there's heart put into it. Whereas with Morbius and even Madame Web that's coming out, she quit her agency after when the first trailer came out and moved to somebody else because he was like, oh god, oh no.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on Madam Web.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna see it. It's just because I want to see how bad
But
it
it's good to
is.
see 2099 in real life. That's about it.
Like I feel like with Madam Web, like they're not gonna do the complexity of that character and the gravity
Yeah.
that character would actually have.
Yeah, the original Spider-Verse.
Like yeah,
Fuck yeah.
exactly. Like I don't think they'll do that. I
I-
understand you have to introduce the character to
Yeah.
a brand new audience, but just going by the trailer alone and the images that they show, there's going to be a lot in there that they're trying to squeeze in. It's going to be a Batman v Superman again.
I think you can agree with me that they're going to give the whole with great power comes great responsibility thing from the fortune cookie that he has. in
Yeah.
the ad.
Yeah, it'll be something stupid like that.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
They'll find some silly way to tie it to Spider-Man without actually being
Yeah.
Spider-Man. And I say that other than what the characters in the movie are supposed to become.
Yeah.
Like, so
Am I the
it's...
a-hole? My husband said it's my fault.
Madam Web on the line there now.
Anyway, but
It seems like a lot of Madam Web's like pull seems to be Sydney Sweeney.
yeah, they're relying
They're
solely
heavily
on
relying on Sydney Sweeney.
her. And I don't even know who the fuck she is.
She's from She's the blonde one in the ad. Well, she's not blonde in the ad. She's from Euphoria, and she's recently in that rom-com.
Don't care, don't know her. Like, I have not watched... I
But
barely
sometimes
watch
that's
TV.
good
There.
though.
Can't you take a bump? Huh?
Right.
Who cares?
She hasn't even done a fucking war.
She's a good actress, though. I
Okay,
actually
the
quite
real
like Sydney.
reason why everyone likes her is because she's big tits. Come on.
Yeah, but she's also actually
Hang on,
quite a
what's
good
her name?
actress in
I heard big tits. What happened?
She's actually quite a good actress in Euphoria. She's one of the better actors in Euphoria.
She's got really lovely
But she also has very lovely tits. Chloe got me into Euphoria based solely off the fact that give her 5 minutes and you'll be hooked, and she's topless 5 minutes in. I went, oh, okay. Right.
So
I'm
that's
hooked.
right.
Story.
Yeah.
I
I'm
like
glad
the,
they,
the
quite
two
like
giant
Euphoria.
narratives there. Yeah.
Know those beautiful round narratives.
Those two glaring plot points there.
Two topics. Yeah.
To be fair, that did hook me, but eventually with Euphoria, I actually quite like Euphoria, even though it's kind of just like sex and drugs, and they're all in high school, and it's like
Oh, where do I sign up?
the fella who writes it is a pervert.
Yeah.
Not a good way.
I said that.
You really shouldn't have said that.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like if you made American Pie or American Pie with more drugs and a lot more grotesque in
Yeah.
terms of the sex and stuff. It's if they were in college, I would
Yeah.
maybe believe it a bit more that this would
yes.
actually be.
American cake. More complex.
But anyway, go on. I cut you off way too much.
No, like
Morbius.
that's what I've watched like recently. Like it is Morbius and like What If like season 2. Like other than that, I have not really watched anything else. I have a few anime that like are lined up and that I need to watch, but maybe on the future episode I'll talk about them.
Well, I'm gonna get Amy back around on my side because recently I watched Ted. Which
Ted
is
is
The
fucking...
big fucking grin that
big
popped out.
grin. See,
Yeah,
she
the
pushed
top
her
of
away
it.
like you were after
Before
back
Aaron
in.
even got here, I had said to everyone, before you even got here, it's like, everyone should watch Ted. It is fucking brilliant.
Ted
It's on the
had
list.
But this
to
is one
be-
of the things, it's like 7 episodes.
So
they're not
don't
even,
spoil it.
That's the thing is, you cannot say anything about the show because it will literally spoil the show.
it has. What's the episode with the colonoscopy? It's not giving away anything. Is that?
The one with the hole.
It's like the 5th or 6th episode has one of the cringiest and funniest scenes I've ever seen.
And then when he tells them the story.
When he tells them the actual story, it's
Oh.
fucking hilarious.
I'm wondering.
There's a line in the first episode I think that's gone viral more than anything, and he's just
No.
like,
No.
do you feel a bit weird of the fact you're one of the
it's
few
set
white kids in the
before-
school?
it's
It's like
set
I'm in
up
Boston
before
inner city.
it's- yeah.
There was an
So
Indian
it's
kid
like
in
if
here
you were to
last
watch
year.
the movies, you're like, oh,
But
what
they
the
got
hell
him.
became such
What
good
do you mean
friends?
they got
And
him?
then you watch it.
He's a good kid too. Okay. Never mention it again. Like, what does it mean that they got him? What do you want from him? It's a...
It's the stuff with the bully as well.
Yeah. Like, it was one of those...
Oh my god, what's wrong? I just want to give my character a bit of death test. Why you gotta go there though, Johnny?
Oh no, Jafar.
Oh, don't
It's
worry.
going to make a whole lot more sense when you watch it.
Look. I bet this is probably the craziest thing you've ever seen in the ER. No, this actually happens quite a lot since that fucking movie came out.
It was one of those things I think when it got announced, everyone was like, why the fuck are
would
they
you do
doing a
that?
Ted prequel show?
And then honestly, because I was like, I'm not fucking watching this shit. And Aaron had already watched it, but I hadn't voiced my thing to him, but I'm not watching this. And then I kept seeing clips of the show.
I
was
kept sending
like-
you clips.
And then I was like, I need to watch it. And there was one particular clip that was from the Halloween episode, and it's a clip that's all over Facebook and it was all over Twitter with the McDonald's apple pies like exploding, like,
Yeah.
setting everything on fire.
Yeah.
But, like it's actually quite funny how hot they are.
And then you find out that...
And then you get the reason, and then you see how, and you're just like, this is fucking hilarious.
And although it's like a live action Family Guy, but they got Seth MacFarlane to do motion capture for Ted.
Yeah.
So he's done
hours.
all the running and like the physical stuff as Ted.
That's
It's
actually
like
all
it's...
done as
I get the
motion
feeling
capture.
he insisted on that.
No,
He
he didn't
No?
want to do it.
You think anyone wanted it?
Really?
Yeah,
That's the
he-
reason we never got Ted 3.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it. He fucking hated doing it. So he got it done. They got it all done 2 hours a day, 22 hours.
Jesus.
Everything was
Chipping
done.
away at it.
It was
Yeah.
in terms of like prequel characters to like comedies in like the mid 2010s. Honestly, one of the funniest things I ever watched.
Fucking shows.
Is really, really, really good. I have to admit, it could have been shit, but from episode 1 onwards, it's just like, oh, this is...
You get sucked in within the first 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and once the first joke lands, you're kind of like, oh,
I mean-
this is original Family Guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, because this is McFarlane still writing, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Oh, you know for a
And-
fact that he's not doing the main writing for Family Guy anymore. Like it is.
Well, he hasn't
right.
since about season 10.
But that's what I mean. It's like,
Yeah.
and you can kind of, where the kind of like the kind
Yeah.
of drop off in Seth's comedy is.
Yes.
And then when you kind of, especially when he did like A Million Ways to Die in the West, you're kind of like, oh, I don't really just he's quite good at what he does. But when he's the main, when you're watching him in A Million Ways to Die in the West, and you're like, you're not that great an actor.
He's not coming out.
You're
He gets away with it in the Orville a bit, I find.
Oh no, he does.
Oh, the
yeah,
Orville is
Because
fantastic.
he's in his element there.
Exactly,
He's,
that's what
yeah.
it is. It's because he's genuinely enjoying doing that.
Yeah.
But it's just with other things
They-
you
you
kind
feel-
of
you
tell
feel
you're
what
not
you-
fully comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Like this.
But
But
it's
you
fair
feel,
enough, yeah.
you do feel it. Do you know with the Orville, you feel like there's a bit of love put into it.
Yeah.
You get that with Ted.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
really wanted to
But
do
that-
this.
but that's-
It's funny. It's got a lot
Yeah.
of like love put behind it.
But
It's,
that's what makes it a good project from a comic writer, because any writer can write something funny and have nothing behind it. It's different when it's your baby. You know,
Yeah.
it's when it's your baby and you want it to work and you put all of your energy into it. So, you know, like the same with the Orville, like he wants that to work because that's his pet project. He
I
always
hope
wanted
that
to do
comes
something
back,
like
by the
that.
way.
I do. Hope
I
it is
also-
season 2.
When I was
Well,
working
I
from
mean the
home-
Orville, but Ted,
Oh,
yeah,
that
Ted,
might
yeah.
not be.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
They
good.
might have missed.
And he
that
does get a lot of the actors from the Orville too.
He has for it sets, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has Yuan from ER. That's the dad in Ted.
Yeah.
He's
one.
got
Scott Grimes.
the sister is from the planet. So that's like a lot like Earth, but they had like votes.
Yeah.
The main actress from that planet, she's the sister in Ted.
Oh, okay.
The cousin in Ted. Which I sat there through the whole thing going, I fucking know her from something.
Yeah.
And then I had to look it up and I went, oh yeah, that makes sense. But he does go back to a lot of the actors that, you know, like James Gunn does.
Yeah, he goes.
He has his actors that he likes and he goes with. So
Yeah.
It has no right to be as funny as it was, and then you come out of it going, I want more. I need
Yeah,
another
it's like
series.
7 episodes was not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was-
then again, it's also 7 episodes was perfect.
Mm. But that's, you see, I always believe a short like a short-term comedy series, I think, is better than a long one. I find. You can. No, you know everyone knows.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Lads,
You have to watch it because they need to
You
talk.
have to watch
We
it.
need to get the
talk.
reference.
We need to be able to discuss just how fucking funny the Christmas.
We're watching
episode
that
is.
soon. Well, we have to watch Captain Marvel first. That's the big one that we have to watch because
Oh,
you still don't know what happened at the end of that. Anyway, Amy, what else have you watched?
So besides watching Ted, I started doing. See, this thing is, so because of how my little angerness at Mindhunter, this is why I don't watch new shows, because they're going to get cancelled.
Mm.
So what's the fucking point? I'm not going to watch something that's really good, get really into it, and then find out Netflix decided it's too expensive for us to go, and we're just gonna stop after season 1. So I'm doing a rewatch. I started rewatching Sons of Anarchy.
Mm.
That's on my list of things to.
You
to
never
watch.
watched it
I've
the
never
first time around?
watched it.
Okay, when you watch it first time, like okay,
Like, I know some of the things.
like these characters.
Obviously.
Obviously, these characters are not intended to be likable characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, with the gist of it, like they're not intended to be likable characters. You will end up having your own little kind of fan favorites and stuff like that. Like Juice is kind of like really cool in the whole thing. Happy is just like I love Happy so much, on a sense there. But because I'm doing
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Sorry.
so because I'm doing the, I'm just gonna wait.
I'm fucking getting that, you alright?
Kira, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to share the rest of the class now.
You always like characters you're not supposed to like.
No, but like in this.
No, but you always.
You in
like
particular, like.
To be fair though, majority of the times it's more the actor
I know.
that is playing the character.
I
but
know.
like realistically, Soldier Boy, he's a fucking horrific,
I know.
disgusting character. And I like making the jokes of just having my own little issues with it. But he,
Mm.
like, you have watched it. He's horrific.
Yeah,
I know.
he is.
And it's
He
down
has,
to an animated scene. It's more the reason why it's kind of does you dirty in that one is purely because of how they did the character dirty
Yes.
in the actual show, which is what,
Or a soft drink.
and that's what
I
actually
require
makes you
hydration.
kind of turn back
But then
into more of a
later.
sympathizer towards the character.
It's one of the things where like they realise, oh shit, he's gonna get really likable. Let's rein it in and fucking.
See that's the
Yeah.
problem is that man has too much of a fucking fan base in the sense
Yeah.
that no matter what he does,
I know.
you're
I
going to
know.
love
I just
that
think
character.
it's funny.
Yeah.
But with regards to Sons of Anarchy, you will watch them and you were like, oh fuck, I really like this character, and then a storyline will come up and you will never look at that character the same way again.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's kind of the way. It's just how kind of Kurt Shutter is able to write his characters with it.
Yeah.
For example, you're going into this and Ron Perlman as Clay Morrow in it, and you're kind of like, okay, you're a bit of dodge already. And Then within the first episodes, because it kind of sets up it's very Hamlet, it's very Shakespearean, and so because of like how it sets up the first episode, you're already like, okay, so Clay is definitely going to turn out to be the big bad of this entire thing. And then you get to fucking season 7, you're like, I was more or less kind of blindsided over how this happened, and I did put it into the group chat with me, you and Laura, because it was literally one of those things. Like, I started my rewatch, and as soon as fucking Gemma showed up on my screen, I was like, I cannot rewatch this and enjoy it the way I did the first time round, because I know what you do. And it's the same when Jax is on it, because like how they kind of started off with Jax of what his entire character arc was to kind of what it ended up to become, and then how it ended, like stuff that he does with Wendy, you're just like, I know you're literally now irredeemable over what you've just done to Wendy. And then it comes to the end of the series and you're kind of like, you took a fucking cop out. This is Kurt now, not the actor, the character obviously, but like, he took a cop out because realistically, this is what I had planned, but you actually violated the character too much for anyone to actually turn around and be like, I'm glad that this happened. Instead it's more, or it's like, it's not like a redeemable kind of action. Instead it's like, good fucking riddance to bad trash. And you're like, that's not how it should have gone. There's so many other ways and better ways it could have gone, but then again, every single one of these characters goes through something. You're like, the only one that didn't have a bad kind of ending was Half-Sack. Instead, the fucking real life person ended up becoming a murderer. And you're kind of like, did not see that coming. Like, his character actually goes out in a decent way. There's actually not a decent way, sorry, a noble way. Now, granted, the actual actor himself wanted to be written off the show. He didn't. This is the most fucked up thing. He didn't like the tone of the show. It was too violent. Now, you laugh.
Yeah, I know, but there's something ironic about it. Like,
I know, because you just, yeah.
He ended up getting into a very serious motorcycle accident, was left with a serious brain injury, it was left untreated, and he ended up murdering someone, and then committing suicide.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Like, he dated Katy Perry. What the fuck was his real name? Johnny...
Just look it up now.
Something. Fuck. Johnny, what was his name?
That's a strange name.
Anyway, but that's the thing is, so like for someone to go from being like like he was going to probably be young Hollywood, that was going to be his massive step into
Johnny Lewis.
Thank you, Johnny Lewis. But like that was going to be his starting point. Like that was meant to be like his big starting point, and like it just kind of just ends. Unfortunately, I think it was like a year after, not even a year after the show when he left. It was like 2008 or 2009 or something like that.
Him? That guy?
Yeah. Yeah. I know, yeah, you don't think he's going to beat a woman to death, do you? And that's exactly what he did.
Brain injury.
Yeah, it has a whole detail here. He has
Yeah.
traumatic brain injury. He never tested positive for drugs. He was treated for psychosis and chemical dependency. 2 more arrests followed. And yeah.
He was 28.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The brain can do mad things.
There's a obvious tie to Christopher Ben Ice as well.
I was too busy like listening to them, sorry. But yeah, so I started rewatching that, but because I got so kind of annoyed because I know how fucking shitty every single character is in this show, I made it to a certain depth before I decided I actually cannot physically watch this anymore, because it's just like it's
too real.
It's not even that. It's like this is actually the downfall of the show, where everyone turns into just unrealistic, and he kind of completely turns on their entire backstories and what they were and how they were established, and it's like there's a switch is clicking. You're like, Jax isn't like this.
Yeah, the character that
you set up is no longer, like, you've literally just changed the character altogether. It's like when you watch a soap and a character has been dating somebody for X amount of time, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere they cheat on their partner, and you're like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like it's do something shocking for the sake
exactly.
of doing something
It's
shocking.
like, but instead it's like, shit, I wrote myself into a bit of a corner here. I don't know what to do. Season 3 is a difficult one to get through with the piss poor Irish accents, and you're just like,
I've seen some of those episodes.
That drove me away from
season 2.
I can't stand that.
Did you do a whole season in the north of Ireland? Well, in the north of Ireland.
Yeah.
No,
That's just...
Nah,
Like
that's-
that in itself, I was just like,
Yes, it was actually. So
ah.
I was getting mixed up.
I
Although
was like, I can't.
my favorite thing is a certain agent getting finally what they deserve and how they got it.
Yeah, that's all well and good, but like that's before I end up shutting it. That's before he
Oh,
dies,
yeah.
and you're kind of like, Grant, but that's a point. Like that happens, and then after
I think
his
we can
death,
spoil Sons of Anarchy. It's been out long enough.
yeah, once
Yeah,
Opie,
still.
yeah, it's just Kira already knows this actually because I talked about it. But once Opie dies, all the characters are just like,
What?
let's just do a shake up of every single like. No, I don't care what we've already established in the background. Fuck it. Jack's entire fucking character arc on that thing was he wanted to get the club out of the illegal activities. He wanted to make them back to where they were. He kills the most people in that entire show.
Yeah.
46 people he kills.
Mhm.
Do you know what the next one is? 23. He kills twice as much as fucking Clay in that show. If anything, he actually turns out to be the most violent of the entire thing. And you're like,
Can you
don't
can
remember
you,
this in hand.
can you run the risk of saying it's a commentary on it,
No,
Well,
or just lazy?
it's lazy writing. It's literally, it's
Yeah,
pure laziness. Have you watched it?
Or
no,
as
but
a,
I was going to use The Last of Us as a comparison because
Not a great comparison to be honest with you.
no, the second game is though, because the second game is one where it's basically you kill people left, right, and centre in it, while the person's also going, "Oh, I don't want to kill these people." It's like
To be
but
fair,
it-
isn't
but
that a zombie apocalypse?
no, it's beyond it's beyond the zombie part of it.
yeah,
now.
it's
more so
the second one's like years and years
Yeah,
after it's
so
all happened.
The zombies are no longer a threat in the second one. It is actually now the people trying to rebuild civilization.
So it's The Walking Dead then.
Yes. So
Yeah.
so the thing with that is
The Walking Dead not be a better comparison with Sons of Anarchy?
no, but the last one is fresh in my mind because as a game you have a certain level of input, and because this is Neil Druckmann who doesn't want you to have any input in his games, which is why now he's a fucking denizen of TV. He basically he gets you to he holds your hand and gets you to do these kind of sections A, B, and C, and you have to kill these people. You have to kill any of the fireflies or any of the kind of people to get through this section. You do not have a choice in this matter. You just do it, and that's to me is a very frustrating thing because I believe in a video game you have your input in the story. That's what makes it a unique medium. For Sons of Anarchy, yeah, you can say like those characters get more and more irredeemable, more ludicrous as time goes on, and you have no control over it, which is more frustrating when you're watching it.
Yeah, it's because the control. Yeah, it's because the character does actually have
Yeah.
full control. It's just
Yeah.
It's basically it's just for shock
And
value.
you can't, yeah, exactly. You can't just write it up as
I
being
think
a
that's
hypocrite.
actually the reason why I never finished The Last of Us 2. I got as far as a very certain point early on in the game, and I was like,
Yeah.
this isn't like the first one anymore.
Yeah.
And
That-
I
that's-
just never went back to it.
That was my issue too, because I did genuinely like the first Last of Us, but I liked it for the reasons that other people didn't. In a sense, it's like I liked the kind of dynamics, I liked the world building. all
I
that
loved
stuff.
Oh, that's that's the reason I loved it too. I mean,
Yeah.
I came out of when I
Yeah.
played the first
Yeah,
Last
as
of Us.
original as you thought.
No, but you see,
But
a
it went
lot.
against what you originally liked about
Well,
it.
you see, here's the thing. A lot of people would say they always The Last of Us has been put on a bit of a pedestal as saying like, this is one of the best games ever made. It fucking isn't, lads. It just isn't.
I disagree.
It's
on
a
that
solid
one.
8 out of 10 in all categories. But I can name you a game that is better than that in every category, if you know what I mean. Like you said, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is better than Last of Us when it comes to the characterization, the dynamic between the two. What happens with these characters? How do they move on? The game The Walking Dead is better at that than Last of Us. But with The Last of Us 2, and again, I'm sorry to hijack your point, but you're talking about the character who was kind of trying to be the paragon and ended up being killing the most people. Ellie's the same way. It says like she wants to try and be a better person.
Yeah.
But you literally
Oh no!
do not have a
What I
choice.
mean is, what happens is Kurt Church decides, actually, I'm just going to drop that entirely
Yeah, yeah.
and change the character completely,
Mm.
and it's never.
That's
referenced.
kind of what happens with The Last of Us 2. He has a very clear path for what Ellie wants to do, and then he just goes, "This is boring. Kill."
That's
Yeah.
It's too obvious. They figured it out. It's like, yeah, well, take us on the journey, bitch.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing is, but like what happens is then he kind of remembers. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Actually, this is what I did the first 4 seasons. Shit! I should probably go back to that.
Yeah.
It's too late at that point.
Exactly, yeah. It's
And it's
irredeemable.
just it's like you've completely ruined it. You've turned everybody against one another.
It's too obvious.
And it's just like, and that's it. It became quite predictable in the sense of like, oh well, that person's gonna be the rat. Oh, that one's the rat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. What happened to you doing your fucking Elvis cosplay? Why did you stop doing that? Why did we never got that? Was actually funny.
Mm.
Like that was worked well. And he goes, no, that's completely gone. And then, like, only when certain characters do get killed, you're like, thank fuck. I'm glad that person did not survive this, because there is absolutely nothing redeemable about you. And I don't care that she's your wife. I wanted to see her death a bit more bloody. Like, fuck that in that sense.
Yeah.
So I started doing the rewatch of that one. I made it up to Opie's death, and then I just went, I'm just going to stop here, because this is actually for me where it ends. Because the characters get to a point where it's like you change too much of the characters. And there is just some things where I'm like, I just don't want to watch that again.
In a way, technically, like, that is actually the end of the show, because
like a lot of people had that with Supernatural. They stopped at season 5 because for them that was the Kripke arc, and that was all that Kripke had written up for it, and they got like a new showrunner and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I stuck with it, shockingly, and then at some points I was just like,
I kind of did that.
This is the most ridiculous fucking thing. You've completely taken a character and you've
do you know what?
And you've completely turned them. You ask for people's opinion on it.
I am,
talk over
but I'm
us
trying
when
to give you
the opinion.
Alright, I'm just trying to get.
But this is the thing it's when you have X amount of showrunners who then decide, I never actually really like this character, so I'm going to go so far out of my way to try and deem them completely unlikable or kill them off.
Yeah.
Only for them to be like, well, the show name title, you will never be able to do that. That character, the door is always open for a character to come back because we've done it so many times. And it's gotten to a point where the fans are actually a little bit too powerful when it comes to these types of things. And
That's what they bend to them. Yeah.
no, but that's the thing is, they do, because Misha Collins was only meant to be in 6 episodes of Supernatural. He ended up on 10 seasons. 11 seasons. And they killed him 3 times afterwards, and because of fan outrage they had to bring him back, because the head of the studio was like, what the fuck are you doing? Bring him back purely because Bob, his wife, and Sarah Gamble didn't like the actor. I was like, I don't really like him. That's why he's like missing from half the episodes they're missing from. It's literally the main question people have is, why isn't Castiel here? He's literally gambling on a riverboat. That's a legit excuse that they give in an episode as to why the character's not in it. Are you fucking kidding me? Just because you don't like someone?
I think that might be an issue with CW in general, because
it really is down to Bob Singer.
No,
his wife, I think because the CW head of network said bring him back.
No, but I mean in the sense of changing showrunners too often.
Yeah.
And I say that because
it's because they quit.
The Flash had the exact same fucking issue.
See, here's the thing is though, with the showrunner issue, they end up getting different shows out of it. An awful lot of them go on to do different. Loads of the ones who did Supernatural as their showrunners, they actually went on to do other CW shows. They took them off those shows and went, Grant, you're going to do Kung Fu. They cancelled Kung Fu after 3 seasons, which was a top-notch show. Fucking phenomenally done. They actually had a decent cast for it. They actually had a Chinese fucking cast for it. They got Chinese directors in to do it. Richard Speight Jr. did a few seasons on it, and it was phenomenally done. And then the CW decided we're only going to renew 3 shows. So they cancelled everything.
Was that when did they cancel that?
That was literally before the writers' strike. Because remember, you were waiting to see if Lois and Superman or whatever. Lois
and they brought that back, and they
brought that back. They got rid of everything else.
Yeah, they've already said that when the new season comes back,
that's it. It's
getting but in the sense of most of the cast are getting cut. All the side characters. It's going to be just a fan. But the problem, the same issue happened with the Flash, right? They had your fan favourites that they brought back once in a blue moon, right? And then one showrunner liked the fact that the Flash should be by himself for a lot of it and finish a lot of the fucking bad guys that come in, the villain of the week, whatever.
See, that's the thing,
and then you have another showrunner that comes in and is like, but I like Team Flash. And then you have another showrunner comes in and goes, Team Flash is fine, but I want him to do this. And then it comes back, and by the time season 9 comes around, I love the Flash. I think the fella who played the Flash is... I don't know if anyone could ever top him. I'm so happy when that show finally fucking ended.
The thing with
because it was so tiresome by the end of it. Like
15 series of Supernatural, they had 4 showrunners. In 15 years,
I think they had 5 and 9 with the Flash. That's how fucking ridiculous it got.
The Flash was fucked in that sense. They had 4 showrunners in Supernatural.
Yeah.
So the majority, only one showrunner only lasted 1 season because she got so much stick from fans. Because she decided, I don't like the brothers doing anything with anybody else. I just want the 2 of them on the screen together. Because she used to be one of the writers for it. And an awful lot of her episodes never got made.
Yeah.
And she basically decided, well, fuck yous, this is what I'm going to do it. and she ran it for how she wanted for herself, basically as a fuck you to the network, and the network said, fuck you, goodbye, you're out.
Yeah.
And she never worked with the CW again.
You-
She ended up moving to a completely different network. She was a fucking horrible person.
You
apparently, to work
can
with.
kind of see.
For a crew and cast that have nothing but nice things to say, when they don't reference you at all,
When they don't
it's
talk
literally-
about you.
it's
Yeah.
purely because they are literally
Yeah.
raised in the sense of, you have nothing nice to say, we ain't going to say anything.
Yeah.
I think
They know better.
Oh, they do know. Well, to not finish, Jared had his own issues with a lot of shit at that point as well, because he'd gotten arrested at that point for drunk and disorderly, and he beat someone up. So he was already in hot water with people. So he knew himself, I can't say shit.
Yeah.
And he was punished within the show, and how certain things that his character had done. They were like, no, we're gonna lay you down on this road for the time being as your kind of punishment. So you're gonna have to take the beating on the screen as well.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. Like, he made fun of himself for it afterwards. So.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, he was an employee. You don't beat your own employees. What the fuck, man?
I think they.
That's why
frowned
Thomas
upon.
Gibson got fired.
I finish it off here and then I'll move to Brian. It was when I said that.
You can
do you know,
probably
the-
guess after I gave up on Sons of Anarchy, I started rewatching season.
when it comes
It's
to
my anxiety.
when it comes to the
It's
showrunners,
comfort food, it's comfort
when it comes to the showrunners with the Flash as well, right?
Still haven't watched episode 15-20 again. Never will. I'm never watching it again. The entire show ends for me at episode 19. I'm never watching the last episode ever again.
I think if I ever rewatch the Flash again, I'll
It's too
probably
painful.
stop at. I'll probably stop at season 3
3.
because
the fact that I'm able
the
to
showrun-
still go fifth after season 5 in Supernatural, and that's just my. I don't want to say actually what what watch through it is on mine, because every time when I used to watch Supernatural when it was airing, after the season ended and I'd bought the DVDs, I'd rewatch it, and then so I was like, I'm ready for season 2. Then season 2 would end, and then I'd buy the DVDs and I'd rewatch season 1 and 2 again, get ready for season 3. So I used to do that.
You
all
can
Yeah.
the
accumulate.
time.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even be waiting. So my rewatches would happen as before a new
Regularly.
season was coming
Yeah.
on
yeah,
onto it, to the extent where I could probably recite some of the episodes at this point.
Probably.
I could recite the episodes
Thank you.
at this point. But like, when it comes to the final, because I bought the Blu-ray, I bought the box set because it doesn't stream anywhere in Ireland. Amazon had it.
doesn't it stream on Netflix?
No.
America, USA
America.
only, not in
Oh,
Ireland.
shit.
It was removed from Ireland because they didn't renew the rights for it.
Someone
So
burned
it got-
through the amount of plays that
It
the
got
country was allowed
to
to have.
it. So they lost the rights on that once they didn't renew it. So it went back to
It's
USA
one
Netflix.
person.
Did Disney?
Huh?
Did
Disney
Disney
A
don't
lot,
have-
but like
Amazon
All this
Prime
activity
have
comes
it.
from one account.
this
Like,
isn't
I was
healthy.
like,
Jesus.
I know
This
it's
is
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
yeah,
yeah.
Prime have it. Like,
No, I was
Ireland-
like, I thought I was trying to lose me marbles.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like-
sorry, Prime have it streaming for Ireland, but I had bought I ended up getting the Blu-ray box set because it was on special. It was like down, I think it was like €150.
Yeah, but it had all the
And it
special.
had all the special features. It had then bonus discs of special features. You get like the little
Ah,
booklets
yeah, yeah.
and stuff. So I was like getting all that and all the commentary. Like, plus it has all the original music. Netflix did not have the original
That's
music
right, yeah.
because they didn't pay for the rights for it.
Yeah,
So I was like, I wanted them purely because I wanted the original music.
you want
for it.
it kind
I
of helps.
wanted,
yeah,
it's like it makes
Yeah.
more sense when
Well, they
you're
picked
watching
those
it.
songs for a reason.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
gotta be
Like
important.
if you're watching, like there's an episode in season 2 where it's like literally Styx Renegade starts to play, and it sets up the scene, and then like it has like a perfect drop beat onto it. And in Netflix they don't have Renegade; they have generic music, and you're just like, there's no tension build up on
Yeah.
this.
I know now this is kind of stupid, but it's kind of when you watch Hulk Hogan's return in WWE, and
Yeah,
they
you're
don't
listening-
have Voodoo Child
Yeah, you're
to
like,
play him out at WrestleMania, and it's just a really shit knockoff. It's just like,
yeah.
fucking buy Voodoo Child.
Yeah,
It
Like,
fucking
just
makes
pay-
this whole
just pay
bit.
for it. It makes everything better on this, but
Yeah.
that's what it
Yeah.
was. So I've done like, so technically the amount of rewatches that I've done, let's say of season 1, would have been as of November. Let's say it should have only have been 15 as a rewatch, because if you're watching for 15 seasons sort of thing. I've watched season 1. I think I lost count after 30 rewatches. I have rewatched every other season, so we're up nearly 30, except for season 15, purely because I'm just like, I know what's coming, and I'm
Yeah.
not happy with it. So it's like, and there's only a few episodes on that where you're like, I just want to kind of get over the divorce arc, really fucking quickly, before I'm able to
Yeah.
like grant, and then I know as soon as episode 18 comes, I'm like, oh Christ, and it's fucking called Despair for Christ's sakes, and I'm just like, oh, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and then I watch episode 19, and I'm like, I'm just gonna leave it here because I know what happens next, and I can't even listen to that fucking Dire Straits song where I burst out crying.
Yeah.
The same, coming back to the showrunners, and like as you said, one showrunner had like a whole, like they wanted them to be together and stuff like that. The biggest issue with when it comes to The Flash is that it seemed like when a new showrunner came in, they didn't watch what happened beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Already have their interpretation of the characters as well.
well, they
That's-
generally kept the interpretations of the characters over 9 seasons fairly okay.
Yeah.
The problem was that one showrunner didn't want to do too many multiversal stuff.
Yeah.
It's set up in season 1. He's gonna die in the Crisis. The Crisis. Flash vanishes in Crisis. That's the whole fucking thing they had. So you're like, okay,
Grand.
we kind of know how this is gonna end.
Once we
Yeah.
get there, that's it.
Then it gets to 2019. We have 2 more seasons left. Crisis hits. Shit, what do we do? Oh, I know what we do. We've John Wesley Shipp. Let's make him the Flash that dies. And it feels like that the last 2 seasons are just...
It's a cop-out.
It's not as fun because I was kind of waiting for this to end with Crisis on Infinite
It
Earths.
didn't have a proper ending in
Now,
that regard.
by the way, love Crisis on Infinite Earths. The best... Why is...
Your mom.
No, it's Dave.
Oh.
No.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, everybody.
Where's Laura?
Hello, look at where's the new gaff?
Hey,
We're not there.
we're
I'm not
We're
there.
at
Yeah.
Jonathan's house.
What's Jonathan's house?
Hi, Laura.
We're doing a recording right now, Dave.
It's Dave and Laura.
Point to the
Hello,
camera.
everybody on camera.
Point to the camera.
Hello.
Hello.
Point to the camera.
Oh, there's the camera.
Hello, Dave.
Hey.
Bring on the camera.
Hello, everybody.
I don't even think he can hear what we're fucking saying.
All I'm seeing is his egg of a head.
You muted.
Is that better?
Hey, hello, Laura.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep doing that.
Sorry, are we interrupting? Are you bored with sexy time? And you decided, fuck it, we'll ring the gang.
Do you know what? After that shag, I really want to talk to Aaron.
Get off me.
Yeah, we're recording
How are you doing?
we're recording what we watching.
What have you been watching?
What have you been watching? This?
Low paid, actually.
Love hate. Oh.
Oh.
Actually, Aaron, that's a very, very good cultural program for you to watch.
Do you not think I watched that when it came out? That's why I'm terrified to go up to Dublin.
It's part of your education. Yeah.
I figured you didn't watch it because it was based in Dublin.
No, I did. I love Love Hate.
I
Let's
wish
be honest.
all
Love Hate's the best
gangs
thing
were
RTL
like
can do.
Robert Sheen.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like he's such a killer. He's so dreamy.
Oh,
He's so cute. He's so dangerous.
That's why I like the Bad Boys.
And that's also why
They always get the really attractive actors to play like the most evil of people.
Yeah.
Claus, Laura. Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And to be fair, Laura goes to Aaron and Chloe moved into their house, so I thought I'd give Aaron a call for the tour. But then I got an audience instead, which I'm not complaining about.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you a
Ah,
tour
go
tomorrow.
on, whip it out.
I'll give you a tour tomorrow after the main night again.
You promise?
I promise.
I feel like we're intruding.
I'll be naked when I do it as well, so you get a whole show.
Jonathan, get out of the screen. Get out of the shot.
No, I'm always here.
I don't like
Hands,
Aaron when
hands
I-
above the couch.
Here's a haircut, Aaron.
Yeah, I shaved my head.
No, you didn't. Your barber did.
Which one?
Alright, my barber shaved my head. Apparently, I gotta be very clear on that.
It's so fun stopping him.
Oh no, Amy.
Oh,
See that coming.
Poke Aaron. Orders.
Poka, poka, poka.
Do you feel him, sir?
Said,
Poke the
it's
scuzzy bear.
not Aaron without the mystery.
It's squeezy bear.
Right,
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Dave.
Hope you have a lovely
Bye,
orgasm.
Laura.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Is that Brian over there?
Yes,
Brian.
That's a Brian.
Hi.
Hi, Brian.
Currently getting big. How are you? I'm not the only one getting big at the moment. Hi. Careful now.
Show me them boobies, Barbara.
Right there. There you are. That's all you're getting for free. It's not your birthday yet.
Cheers, Barbara.
That's it. No bother.
Fine.
Get her warmed up for you.
See ya. Hey,
Bye.
What's Dave saved in his your phone?
Mr. Lame.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Brian, what have you been watching?
I thought it said my love. Because all I saw was M and L, and I was like, do you have...
That's how when you,
Do you know what?
My love.
when
Do
you
you
write
know
a
what?
script.
I'm going to save him as that now. Fuck it.
Aww.
For Chloe.
Guy love.
She's got a love heart next to her
That's
name.
what it is. I love. He's mine of his.
She has since about date number 2. So,
That's when you know it's serious.
Wow,
The love
you-
heart is best.
Well, you didn't stand a chance. Date number 2, he's already like, heart.
Yeah. To be fair.
Am I still meme whore?
you're meme whore and Motley.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
Maybe I should switch Jonathan to fucking Motley after that laugh.
Oh, he's putting it on, that's not his
Lovely
actual
moustache.
Yeah.
Lovely
Alright,
moustache.
Brian, what have you been watching?
To answer your question, almonds. No.
Almonds.
Letterkenny.
What?
Oh, I
Letterkenny.
watched the first season. I never went back to it.
I am on. I think we're on season 6. So good.
It's based in Canada.
It's Canadian cultures.
Oh.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's Canadian culture. Yeah.
I like how
It's
both me and Chloe were like,
Oh.
It's the oddest thing ever. It's ruined a couple of phrases for me, and the only reason I watched it was because they had a long running. They just have this like long running gag where they do a lot of wordplay, and they did it with the names of wrestlers. And I saw that clip and I went, that looks pretty good. Bless you. How fucking dare you? You should know better.
That's who?
And
The wordplay bits, they've done that since like the first season, and it's always
they
been.
did it with wrestlers, and I was like, that looks really funny. I should try and find it, and I found it somewhere. True. Means, and
No judgment there.
I really like it, and it's ruined my life, and I know a lot more about hockey than I want to.
I got stuck into Letterkenny because very early in the very first episode with 2 lads with the drinks in their hands and they whip off the top and the main 2 guys just start ripping shit into them.
Yeah.
it's absolutely fantastic. Should probably pull that up at some point. It's brilliant. I've seen a lot more clips of it. It's very funny.
It's so unique. It's so well written. The characterization is just odd. It's very just off kilter, off beat.
Enough, yeah.
It's like a mix of a little bit of It's Always Sunny with Trailer Park Boys in a sense.
Yeah.
That's kind of the best way I can describe it.
It's as odd and unique as you'd find with the likes of Father Ted and IT Crowd. It's definitely somebody's weird sense of humour. And it's done really well. And they develop like in jokes and they call it back, and it's just there's a really good rhythm to it. And it'll have you saying the weirdest shit, like Donnybrook. Who needs to say that word? Nobody needs to say that word unless you're going there.
Yeah.
But they do it, and the phrase "to be fair" has been ruined for me.
to be fair.
That's to be fair now, Brian.
Yeah, it's just you'll see it, and it'll ruin you as well. And giving nothing away. But I feel strangely more Canadian for it, and my check shirt collection has only grown, and I get out of chairs weird now. Yeah.
I got that with Supernatural.
I think
I'm a little drier, to be fair.
Supernatural and Letterkenny, of course, are in a shared universe. So
No, with the flannel and getting out of the chair weird.
there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a big strong burly boys in Letterkenny.
There is the main guy in that is a big strong burly boy.
He
He doesn't look like it.
Amy straight to the phone.
He doesn't look like it until he takes his top off. We're like, he's a big burly boy.
You just insinuate that, like, oh yeah, they're in flannel and they're big burly boys straight away.
Right away, no messing.
Letterkenny.
Show.
E-R-K-E-N-Y.
That's exactly Abby's type, isn't it?
Oh,
Abby's type was that.
yeah.
Jesus, why he looks like fucking Tyler Breeze.
Oh God, he does.
Doesn't he? Yeah.
What?
Show me him.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he has the look.
Oh, that just popped into my head. He does.
But that's
Oh.
him. That's him walking around. That's him at home.
Sorry, that's Tyler Breeze.
You
Yeah.
got the fucking look. Yes,
He
he
looks
does.
a little bit like
It's
Stephen.
oh, shit.
Do you know who else he kind of looks like? Stephen Amell.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
mixing
No,
the two.
we don't
Amel
talk
and
about that, Scab.
No,
Oh yeah,
Scab.
Amell. We're talking
Breeze.
about Scab. Yeah.
Scab.
fucking Sami Zayn as well. Like Tyler Breeze and Sami Zayn. together.
bit of a chunkier beard. Yeah.
Oh, they have a fucking their own like little version of Jack Black.
He's really good. He's really good.
Andrew Hare looks kind of a little bit adorable, Jonesy.
It is. It does have that weird.
Why do I know
That
this
very
person?
kind of like. There's no.
He was in Supernatural.
Yes.
It is a shared universe.
It's a shared universe.
What
You
did
were
I
right.
say? What did I say? It was a fucking shared universe.
Canada is a lot smaller.
I'm sorry. Can you put all the knitting stuff into the box? Because
Oh,
it's
shit.
falling down the back of the
it's gotta
sofa.
start.
I
It's
don't
alright.
want it to go.
It's okay.
I don't want to lose some of the stuff because there is a needle in the
Alright,
box.
Chloe, will we end it off? And what have you watched lately?
What has Aaron made you watch?
No, actually, this was a joint thing that we both wanted to watch. and
All
we
right,
both
hold
have
on.
a fight about it.
That would have sounded a lot more convincing coming from Chloe than you.
No, it was. I wanted to see it. She also wanted to see it.
Are you talking about your dick?
No.
So there's still some. The needle is missing.
It was Priscilla.
Oh yeah.
Priscilla.
Okay, has it gone down the front
You-
there, Babs?
You say what you liked about it first, and then I'm going to go off on a fucking rant like Batman and Superman.
I like
I think it's gone down the back.
that.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Sure.
and you know
I'll be
what?
able
Like,
to- I'll be able to
I
finish
feel
that later
like we weren't.
Okay, I just don't want
We're
to
not
use it.
as
Yeah.
conflicted as we were originally. We kind of are on a similar level now. It's not as. There's not so
Well, my
much
biggest
tension.
issue with it was that Sophia Coppola watched the Elvis movie.
Okay, no. Okay, now I'm remembering. Yes, no,
Yeah.
we're not. the same.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, I also had this argument with Aaron over it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, trying to get him to see the actual point of view on it.
I might-
He's not going to budge on it.
Really?
Which, realistically speaking, actually, it grants to break up with somebody.
No,
No,
because
because she stirs the pot about this, like.
that's why I said, Jonathan, this is about where we break up. So go
Oh no,
on,
he knows
you give.
himself.
Yeah,
that
no,
there's
you.
a reason for it, but it's his. The viewpoint that they have on this is two very different sides of a coin.
Mm-hmm.
On a
What's the
sense,
right
yeah.
one?
Okay.
Chloe's technical.
So you
You're
go
wrong.
first. You say what you
He's
liked
wrong.
about it first, and then I'll go into.
Yeah, you're wrong. What was your
I liked that they were showing it from her perspective. They were showing Elvis in a different light. He's always like reified and stuff, so they were showing like you know
The true
that he
version
was-
of him.
Yeah, like he was violent and the whole like that everyone glosses over the fact that she was 14 and he was 24. Like, that's
Yeah.
and still to this day people don't want to hear it.
No, wait. Keep going.
I'm trying to think of what was the issue. Okay, the one thing I didn't like the ending. I really didn't like that. I don't know if I'm going to spoil it. I'll just say that.
to be
Yeah, go
honest.
ahead.
Fuck
Okay.
them.
Spoiler warning!
Yeah.
You've been warned!
Okay.
There you go.
I didn't like the ending. It was just when she left Elvis because there was so much more that she did afterwards. Like she was started up like a
Out of
boutique.
curiosity, how long had the movie been on for?
Was it only an hour and a half? An hour 45 minutes? I'll look that up.
Just double check the runtime on it.
I don't know. It felt actually really short. Actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, no. So I didn't like the ending. Thought there was more.
It was only an hour and 50 minutes long.
It's 2
50.
hours.
Just under 2 hours. And I feel like you could have stretched another 20 minutes talking about the rest of it.
Yeah.
Because you can take time off of that for credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't go on more about her affair with her. Was a karate instructor, I think. It
I
was.
think so, yeah.
And that the fact that she was like in Dallas then, and she had another child, and there was just like more. I just didn't like that it ended just with
Just
Elvis.
done. Yeah.
It was very much like it was in the room when he was in Vegas. I want a divorce. Dolly Parton plays, and it just me and her just looked.
I like the song.
No, the song's fine.
nice.
But me and her looked at each other like, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but other than that, I liked it.
my.
That mine was just the end.
See, this is where the two of us go off right now. I wasn't expecting an hour and a half of just a snuff film. Okay,
He wanted to see her be beaten up.
No, that's not
I'll
it.
get the messages that you sent me. The voice
No,
messages that you sent me.
No, it's not that I want to.
probably should have
Okay,
said
I've
more
changed my
beat.
tune a bit.
Now I want to very quickly point out he literally just said I've changed my tune a bit, so he does remember now. He does.
So
will
the
admit
thing-
that this is what he said at first.
The
today.
thing is, right,
A
is that
victim of
Anything you say can be used against
I
you.
don't mind.
Will be used against you.
I want these artists to be shown about how they really are, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind Elvis being shown in a different light because the Elvis movie that came out a couple of years ago very much was, isn't he great?
Yeah, but to be fair, I actually really loved that Elvis movie.
That Elvis movie is
But
brilliant.
I can separate the two.
Yeah, so
I
I
actually
can
really
understand it. Now, him obviously getting off at a 14-year-old
Yeah.
is creepy as shit. Just listen.
Complete.
Let me complete.
Give me the fucking litany.
Let me finish. Alright? My problem is
don't
that
upload on my
Sophia
head,
Sophia Coppola made a movie because she saw the Elvis movie and went, he wasn't much of a cunt in that. I'm making this instead. It seemed like a movie for the sake of making a movie.
Okay, we're actually going back to the conversation of how fucking movies become a movie.
No. Do you know
It's
when
not-
Elvis came out? Do you know when Elvis came out? It was very clearly a movie that wanted to depict him and his relationship with his manager, right? But when it came to the Priscilla movie, it just seemed like Sophia Coppola watched Elvis and went, I didn't really like that. He's actually a bit of a cunt. And
There's
I
a
feel like
year in between when
I
those
feel like
movies comes out.
it just-
Do you
It
understand
would have already
how
been in
long
production.
production
Alright,
it came
just-
in?
Jesus,
your argument
lads.
is, no, your argument is invalid.
I'm getting very uneasy at the moment.
You fucking make men impressed with her life, or do you think it was a movie made for women to feel a bit more empowered to be able to walk away?
It does that. It does that. My problem, my issue
And
is
male- After
so
speaking
your
out?
male,
my
your
that's
male
fine.
problem with
It's-
it is
It's just I came out of it going, I'm fine with them doing the whole relationship and them. I felt like it skimmed over what he done, which alright, fine. It's just that
Do you think a female audience that this movie is targeted to is going to want to go and watch a 2-hour movie of a woman
No.
being beaten by Elvis Presley?
But as Chloe said, they mentioned the fact that she did karate with a karate instructor. And how many scenes is he in it?
Yeah, only like twice.
You don't know who he is.
yeah,
If
do you know
did-
why? Because Priscilla has a hand in what she wants
She's the
to
executive
be told.
producer.
That's fine.
So she's
But
decided, I don't want
what
that
I'm
to be
saying
shown.
is that I would rather if do you know if there was an extra 20 minutes of her life after Elvis
But she
and
doesn't
what
want
she
that.
did.
But she doesn't want that on
Yeah.
camera. She
I know,
doesn't-
but that's
she
and that's
herself
her issue
doesn't want
too.
it.
Well, to
She-
be fair, I feel like she's a bit of a weird one because she's profiting
She-
off of
She
him.
wants to make herself
His
look as good
image.
as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
felt
that's
like
what
if
she
you
wants
actually
to
did
do.
her
But
life
she
after
always-
Elvis, that would have helped things.
Then
Her
she
shit with
can't
Dallas,
ha-
her boutique with it, that
Then she
clothes
can't
celebrities.
have any involvement in it.
Yeah.
That's what the point is. She is basically told, this is what I want you to show. Anything else after that, I don't want people to be able
Yeah,
to see.
And that's and
So that's
to be
the
quite
problem.
honest,
So take your issue with
to be
fucking
quite
Priscilla
honest,
herself.
do you know what? To be quite honest, it's kind of the same issue I have with another biopic, which is Bohemian Rhapsody.
See, I was about to mention that, you see.
Because
Bohemian
the band
Rhapsody-
were involved in that, and they made them out to be fucking. Oh, aren't they lovely boys? And look at Freddie Mercury.
They're executive
exactly.
producers.
Because they're
And
alive. Because they're alive and
Yes.
they won't want to come across looking at
Yes,
sticks.
that's
Yeah.
why when they make a movie about someone's life, this is where my issue is, right? If they said Priscilla Presley had nothing involved in it and they did a more of a deep dive in her life, I would have enjoyed it more
No.
than what was effectively. It just felt like
No.
there could have been more told.
No,
But she doesn't want that to be told.
But that's my issue.
Then don't fucking come in and say they only skimmed across the abuse. I wanted to see more of the abuse.
It's not that I
But
wanted
you're
to see
talking
more
about
of the.
afterwards. You're
I'm
talking
saying
about the abuse.
I'm not saying about the abuse.
Yeah.
The abuse isn't the issue.
So if you want to see more,
I
of her
wanted to
actual
see
life,
more.
Buy her fucking autobiography then. Because
But if you're
that's
going to
what she
do a
wants
book
to
and an
do.
autobiography, why not do the
Aaron.
acting and in the movie?
Aaron.
Because of
Could-
the audience that you are relating it to.
And that's it. Also, like, you're trying to condense someone's life into 2 hours. That doesn't work.
At all.
No, you see,
It should have been made as a TV show. I feel
not
like
even.
if you skimmed it over in a
Jesus
4-part
Christ,
TV
no,
Not even.
because
You're
no
missing
one
the
would
point.
watch that.
No one watch it.
Because then no
That's
one
a-
would watch that.
That's a fucking Hallmark special. You know what I'm saying? There's no hook there. This is what I'm trying. This is what Amy's trying to say to you as well. Is that for, as I said, like for an autobiography, you're getting the meat and bones. You're getting everything. You're getting from start to finish. That is their life.
And while she's alive, the the studio is going to want her to sign off on it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're actually opening themselves up to a shitload of liabilities.
Exactly.
And that's also from karate instructors' family as well. They
Yeah,
actually
everyone
into it.
involved.
That's-
Everyone involved in that,
Again-
like, has a liability. We now have grounds
Again,
to sue.
I'm not saying that I wanted a fucking 20-minute sex scene in the middle of the movie
We're
about
not
how
saying
she's
that
cheating
would
on
happen.
Elvis.
No,
We
we're
moved
not
on
saying
from that
we've moved
conversation.
on from
We
that.
moved on from
Yeah.
What we're saying is, if you want to see more of the aftermath of what happened, it means you have to get permission from everyone who
But
was then affected
I
by
know,
this.
but what I'm trying to say is that if you're going to do a movie on the wife of fucking Elvis, it felt like
Who has
that.
the final say on
I
this
know,
show.
that's my issue.
Okay, Aaron, I'm gonna try to vocalize what you're trying to say
Yeah.
because I agree with it as well. It's like her life was just about Elvis, and then just when she divorced from him, that's kind of the end
End of the
it.
movie, yeah.
So what we wanted to see was more of her life afterwards. But I understand you can't do it. But it was more than Elvis. She did other things
Yeah,
afterwards.
but here's the biggest problem that people have. No one really gives a shit about that. They
Well,
just wanted to
That-
see.
that's the
They
callous part of
all
it,
they
yeah.
wanted to really see
mean,
was they just
yeah.
wanted to see
Kinda
her
like-
sticking
Yeah.
it to Elvis.
It-
That's
And I
all
think,
they
and I
wanted.
think, and that's where my fundamental issue comes from.
Most
right?
people went to that movie because they just wanted
Yeah.
to see her get the fuck
Okay.
away from him.
And
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I get that. I suppose my viewpoint on biographies as a whole is that tell the story of the person instead of just skimming over shit expecting you to know what happened in the
So
Now,
movie.
you need
there's a
to-
difference
it's a
Yeah,
there.
there's a
take.
massive difference
Yeah,
there.
It's a different
there's a
take.
biography and there's a biopic.
Yeah.
So a biopic
Movie.
is
Okay, well then
is a moment in time. It is a retelling of someone's story through a certain lens. That's why you
Sorry,
get
it's a chapter.
yes.
Exactly.
Someone's chapter.
Thank
That's
you.
all it is.
That's
Yeah.
all it is.
This is where you get Rocketman, you get Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm sure at some stage there'll be a David Bowie biopic done the same way.
one that
The
Tom
Iron,
Hiddleston did on Hank Williams.
yes,
Yeah.
the Iron Claw, Aaron, right?
I know, and Walk the Line is another one,
Who walked the line?
which is fucking great, even though some of his family are still alive.
Fictionalized.
But they,
were
but
they
they still
involved
do.
in the
Yeah.
production, Aaron?
No, they weren't.
But see,
Were they involved
they
in the
weren't,
production?
and that's the thing. They did. I'm nearly certain the family had to sign off on that, didn't they?
John,
the
yes, the estate had signed off, but here's the thing is, Johnny Cash himself already signed off on it
Yeah.
before he died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
so but
said,
what I'm trying to say is
"Perfect."
that is a good movie depicting the life before he got married
Because-
on Johnny
Snapshot.
Cash.
Because they had to
It's a
leave.
good snapshot
Yeah.
of his life.
Yeah.
Because
So
so
if
you
you-
to do
Yeah,
it.
because
If you're
they-
going to
yeah,
do a
because they
snapshot
were
on
to-
on her life with
Mm.
Elvis, it didn't do
Didn't do her justice, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say.
But-
She's more than the wife of Elvis.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's
But
like
that's
Yeah.
what people know her as.
That's
and
what
that's
people
what
know.
that chapter
That's
is
what
about.
But
that
that's what
chapter is based on.
And that's fine. But it felt like that you.
You wanted more.
You wanted more.
I
You
personally
went-
wanted
you
to know
want to
more
know-
about
But the
Priscilla.
problem
You want to
is-
know
the
more
problem
about
is-
her.
Yes.
The
But
studio wouldn't
unfortunately-
sign off on it.
Yeah.
But doesn't that prove they did their job right and that you're more interested in her now and you see her more than?
I
Technically,
mean,
yes.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
all hate women. So it's going to be a point of here. They don't really want to show her becoming that successful because men won't go to see that because they don't want their wives, their girlfriends, their other halves to actually see you can do better than me. Nobody wants it.
and that's-
American studios don't want it. So your argument to turn around and say, "Ah, it was a bit miffed, isn't it?" It's
I
because
think-
that's
do you know what?
literally how they want you
That
to
kind
show
of
it.
backs
By
up my
design.
point.
Mm.
I don't want to go into a movie going. If I want a female empowerment movie, right, which I don't fucking care about, I would rather that anyway. It just seems like it didn't.
You need to watch how you say stuff because
Yeah.
you take that
I
out of
want-
context. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But you take that out of context. You're after saying I don't care about
Yeah.
female
Okay, fine.
empowerment.
Alright, sorry. Yeah, I want.
Aaron,
I
Sounds
want more
interesting.
movies that have female empowerment. I want more of those types of movies. It just, to me, didn't do that
Yeah, but
job
Priscilla's
well.
not that type of movie.
I know. I
don't
get that,
think you
but it
do.
just seems.
Unfortunately,
See-
you have to take the loss on that.
Yeah, you really
When
are.
you
I am
want-
taking the fucking loss of it, but I
Aaron,
can't have an
Aaron,
opinion on the movie. I've been
Aaron,
put
you
fucking
still
6
arguing?
people attacking me.
You're still arguing.
Aaron,
Brian's
Aaron,
been very quiet, to be fair.
bring
I don't think he would fall asleep.
Quietly
Bring
agreeing
the
with you.
voice,
Yeah.
bring the voice down here for a second, right? Because you're literally your vein here is really starting to get a bit iffy.
You're starting to get like kind of like.
Here's the
Predator
problem:
and
is you went into a movie that let's call a spade. Chloe dragged you to, right?
No, it wasn't.
Thank you very much.
Fair enough.
I wanted to
done.
see the movie.
You wanted to see the movie because you had a idea of what this movie was going to be about, correct?
I actually knew the movie was going to be about their relationship.
So
I knew.
hold on. So you knew going into this that the movie was going to be about her relationship with Elvis, correct?
I knew that, yeah, and I didn't mind the fact that it was a snapshot of her life. My issue was it
So you
didn't
went
do a
in-
good job.
So you went into a movie knowing that it was going to be a snapshot of this particular aspect of her life, and you're angry at the fact that they didn't go further?
No, my issue is that if you're going to do a snapshot of someone's life, I don't want to go into.
It's not a snapshot then.
It's not a snapshot then, okay? So you
But,
so you went into this movie thinking, right, they're going to show her relationship with Elvis. But they didn't show all the time she beat her up.
No,
They kind of glossed
It did-
Twice down. They glossed over an awful lot of it. It was only kind of shown in little bits and pieces. Correct?
I feel like in the relationship, she was a lot more of a complex person than the movie put it out. That is my fucking issue.
So why have you kept arguing that you were upset that they didn't show anything after Elvis when you knew going into
Because
the movie it was just going to be about her
That's
relationship with
one
Elvis?
small little point that I have.
That's kind of the point. That's
That's
my-
the hill you've been
my
dying on,
point-
to be honest.
that's
my
I agree
point-
as well.
that's
No one's
the-
giving out to me.
that's
I agree
the-
as well.
My,
No, but
okay,
no,
I'm
but
not
here's
getting
the thing
because I'm getting all anxious and I'm getting
But
worked
here's the
up and I
thing
feel hot.
But the thing is, that unfortunately is the hill that you've decided to stand on and clearly die on, right? Because you keep arguing with us that they didn't go past what she did after she said, I want a divorce. And you've been arguing at the fact that you're upset that it just ended there, even though you've now finally
But
admitted that you knew going into it, it was never intending to show you any of that stuff.
But it's called Priscilla though. It's not Priscilla and Elvis.
It's also sorry. It's
It did
hold on.
more- to
Do
be
you know
quite
what?
honest-
I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna attack Chloe a little bit here. The movie came out in 2022. It was only called Elvis. It didn't say Elvis and his manager, did it?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, argument over.
Right?
If
Do you know-
it's based
do you know
on
what
her-
the mo-
if it's based on her autobiography, the autobiography delved into her life afterwards. They didn't go.
Do you know what
Yeah.
the movie did more of? Went into Elvis and how he was as a person more than it did fucking Priscilla and a movie named fucking Priscilla.
Can we-
Also,
And that's my problem.
But
Yes,
also
because
another
no actual movie is going to try to demonize Elvis when it is based on Elvis because really.
I'm on about Priscilla.
okay.
Yeah.
It
No,
demonized
no,
Elvis
no,
and
no,
Priscilla and I'm fine with
And
that.
this is what I'm saying to you. A movie about Elvis, they're not going to vilify him because they know Elvis fans don't give a shit because they still follow him even though
what I'm
he
trying
groomed a
what
14-year-old.
I'm trying to say is that it made Elvis more of a character, a complex character
Which he
in
was.
in Priscilla than it did Priscilla. That's what I'm trying to say.
Do you not think maybe that was the whole point that she wanted
That's
to
the
get
narrative.
across?
That's my fucking problem then.
But
So your
also-
problem is that the narrative that they
Too much
gave
Elvis.
you
Oh shit!
was not the narrative you expected going in, whereas in fact this is exactly what they wanted you to
I'm sorry
see.
I went into a movie with Priscilla knowing fully well that there was a snapshot of his life with her life in the relationship for him, expecting to have a more complex character of Priscilla, and I came out of it going, I know a bit more about Elvis than I do fucking Priscilla.
Yeah,
Again,
let's work it. Let's work back on that.
Uh,
Let's work on back on this.
um,
Yeah.
So
I love the fact
Also,
that I just
part-
want to point out
Okay.
very quickly, right? When Aaron first brought this argument to me, he fully expected everyone to agree with him. I just want to
I
point
didn't.
that out. You fucking did.
I
Anyway.
said this was probably going to be the end of my relationship with Chloe. Seems like I'm losing friendships here, but that's fine.
The best thing is, Chloe is now actually seeing how attacked you're getting on how
And I'm
wrong
getting
your
defensive
opinion is,
over it.
and she's getting defensive
I'm
on
actually
you.
agreeing.
You're
with
building
you.
this
Right?
stronger.
So she's actually now gone, actually I'm going to agree with Aaron because I kind of feel bad that everyone's jumping
But
on.
no, I do
So-
agree.
yeah.
But
Right,
here's-
you've articulated.
But
that.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
but you
know,
see, the thing
but
is,
here's the thing is,
you
you
articulated
articulated
Yeah.
correctly, whereas you actually said what
I
your point
stand
was
up.
upset was.
I
Whereas,
can't sweat here.
whereas what Aaron did was, Aaron was like, I wasn't happy with
That's
this, and
not
he's
gonna say
backtracked
well.
you
No.
4 different times. and
Because
he's
do you know
still
why?
coming back
Do
with
you know why?
arguments.
Because when I get like boxed in and I'm getting too hot, I don't explain myself one. My issue was that
I need to shit for half an hour. I don't want to lose this.
just to cut you off there, like the point, like you've been
Don't sit back
explaining.
down. You don't need to do that.
The point you've been
What?
You're best not to sit back down.
I'm not sitting back down.
The point
Don't
you-
make it better.
My legs
You're
have gone
there
weak.
with me.
He's got the high ground now, Anakin.
Someone give me a lightsaber.
you still lose.
Wow.
He's
But-
right.
Look, the point that you're trying to make is that like you walked away from it not knowing much about her after. That's what the book is for. It's to entice you to go after the book because if the film is based off the book.
No. That's one.
Have you bought the book?
That's one. No, I haven't. That's one second. No. That is a small part of like
The
fine.
greatest debate we've had.
This is awesome. I love this.
It's decent. Right,
That's
that's the best episode so far.
Time out, guys. Time out. This is actually a great conversation, guys.
Yes.
I'm really proud of us.
Right? It's basically me getting fucking bullied.
And you know what? You're
doing
fucking
a great
deserve it 'cause
job.
you're not listening.
Great
You're
content.
not listening
No.
to what we're saying.
No, he is, but then he's backtracking and finding something
Hold on.
else to die on.
Okay,
It's
just
great.
give me a second because I'm getting anxious. Alright, I'm about to have a panic attack.
I've got Xanax on
Stop,
my
have
head,
the
so
lollipop.
I'll drop it up some.
Have the
No,
lollipop.
right? Okay.
Have the
Suck the
lollipop.
lolly.
Have
Suck
the
the lolly.
Here you go. It's good. Works
The
for
only if you just wanted to do it to the end of the.
I get what you're saying though. I think I know what you're
You
saying.
think I know? Right. I think I might have Brian turned around on this.
No, I have
Right?
an idea what you're trying to say.
Oh, we all have an
to
idea
be-
of what he's trying to say. It's just he's really bad at.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
thank you.
Hence why I stopped him earlier on.
Right.
Right.
I don't care that they didn't do anything after her life.
Okay.
In the snapshot of
After
the
her life
no,
with
that was a small bit of it. Listen to me.
It's fine.
Just let me try.
He's a
It
good
just
boy.
no. Listen to me. Listen to
We
me.
have argued an hour about
Focus.
No.
Focus.
I'm going fucking right.
Focus.
No.
Aaron.
I
You're
am
literally-
focused.
You can do
I
this.
am
I
focused.
believe in you.
It was an hour and a half.
You can do
of,
this.
And she a battered wife. Well, a little bit more. There's no complexity to her as a person. Fuck it.
Aaron, you cannot
That's
say.
what I came out of it going with. There was no complexity to her as a person.
And if you'd said that an hour and a half ago,
I
it
go,
wouldn't be.
I couldn't fucking get it out because I gotta talk immediately.
No, you do. No, you
And we all have it all on tape and recorded, so we actually know exactly what started off the fucking argument, and it wasn't because I thought.
I
it was
immediately
gonna
got
go in
fucking.
more
I immediately got hot with it because I knew it was going to be a disaster. The problem is that
Your lace is open.
I don't care at this point.
Your
Oh, I
argument is
can't wait to
invalid.
see you trip over your own feet now when we leave here.
That
Right.
make for a great biopic.
Oh, snapshot of his life.
I got racist in the last recording. Now apparently I like women getting beat. That's not the whole.
No,
fucking-
that's
But
not
this
what
is
we're
the way
talking
you
about.
Right?
said
That
it.
might take away
No,
at all.
okay, no.
Racism, maybe.
Yeah.
But the women being
It just
no.
right.
That's just really piss poor Cork.
I'm
like,
gonna try my
explanations.
best to articulate it without having a fucking anxiety attack.
You're doing it.
I don't need the support anymore.
Do
Right?
right, sweetie.
The thing is, right?
I'm so proud of you.
I just wanted. I went into it thinking I was going to get a more complex view on Priscilla as a person, and I didn't. And that is my issue. All right. I don't care that it already did her life with Elvis, because that's a very important part of her life.
Yes.
Let's be real. It went from her teenage year, very early teenage years, to when did she break up with him? Divorce him? Didn't really say it in the movie. I'm going to assume late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, she was. It was.
Enough time has passed.
Enough time has passed.
It would have
And I
been
did-
early 30s because she did. I think she did Naked Gun after the divorce.
Divorce, yes.
So
Yeah.
she would have
Okay.
only been like 32 or 33.
It just, her as a person was not written very well in the fucking movie.
There you go.
And that's it. I finally got fucking out.
Well
There you
That
done.
is my issue with the movie. It's shit. Thank you. She is not very well written. Elvis. We can't because I the copyright got paused.
6 second rule.
Yeah,
6 second rule.
yeah,
We're good.
yeah.
We're clear.
It seemed like it did more of a job to explain Elvis as a person better than it did fucking Priscilla in a movie called fucking Priscilla.
So, Aaron.
Yes.
Aaron, to give you a very esoteric question here. What
yeah.
is a movie? Right? You got themes, you got narrative, you got a pitch, you got a plot. If you say, when you frame a movie as said, I want to give a complicated, intricate description of Priscilla Presley. As callous as it sounds, and again, Amy alluded to it, right?
No one's gonna want to see that.
It's American marketers who are all male cook and coke heads. They're not going to fucking want to watch that.
Plus,
So,
sorry.
So,
hold
I
on,
understand that.
Hold on.
I have a question.
She's not popular at
Yes.
the moment. She is not of any interest. Like,
that's-
I'm sorry, Lisa Marie was more interesting to people.
That,
Now,
okay,
there you go.
fine, I get that.
But if
So
you-
that's my issue.
I have a question.
Brian has a question.
Did you like Elvis?
In it,
Yeah.
that version of Elvis, no, he was a dick.
There you go.
Boom. Now,
But
here
that's
we
what
go.
I'm trying to say.
Now,
Yeah.
here we go. Here now, Brian has found
Hold on a second.
Brian has found the second angle, right? What if, right? We tell the movie of, and again, this is how it would be phrased, the wife of Elvis Presley, where Elvis, the deification of him is taken away, and you see a side of Elvis Presley that has never been spoken about.
Oh, I'd go and watch that.
Sorry.
Sir?
Which then leads to other movies where they actually go, do you know what, hold on a second. Let's not do this. Let's actually show this Elvis properly, and then it leads to more movies
That's
of the
fine.
ilk, which shows Priscilla as complicated as she
Okay,
is.
I really, really, really agree with that. I really agree with that.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
It's opening the
That's
doors.
fine. But
Because
as you've
you're
al-
tearing
Yeah,
down an
and that's
idea
right.
that has been there for
As
years.
you've already said,
Yeah.
no one fucking likes the woman. This is the one chance
However,
to show her.
you have already agreed
But-
that you went out of that movie going, shit, I want to see more of her life.
Where was more of
But
her?
also bear in mind
Where I want to see more of her.
I wanted to see a more
Bear in
complex
mind
version of her.
that
I
American
want
consumers-
to see more of her story now. You went into
But if
that.
this is your only chance to do this story,
But they got you.
But
They
they
did
did. They
Listen,
got you in it though.
okay, fine. But what I'm trying to say is that they might have gotten me,
Yeah.
but how many other people did they fucking lose? And that's the problem.
Did they
Because
Did they though?
they did. Because as far as I'm aware, has the movie been received well overall? Is it up for awards?
I thought 6s and 7s.
Has a lot of people? Has it been critically acclaimed? I don't really think
Maybe
it has
that
been.
wasn't the
That's
aim.
that's not.
Maybe that
the
wasn't
intent.
Priscilla's aim. Maybe that was. Maybe the
But
aim
that's
was.
and that goes back to my original point.
That
It
is-
seemed to be
that
we're
is-
just making a movie for the sake of making it.
No,
with
no, Aaron, hold
So we had
on.
him, and now he's gone back to the original
No, Aaron.
idea.
What if?
Yes,
what
get
if?
more
right?
sweets.
What if the idea of the movie that Priscilla signed off on wasn't to show her life,
It's to show.
show the part of Elvis that the Elvis fans don't want to talk about? What if the reason for having this movie is to have those fans who haven't thought about the fact that he groomed the
He's a
14-year-old
piece of fuck, and I have so many fucking rooms devoted to him.
Elvis
And
Regalia.
and I
Don't
do,
you
and
dare turn around and say that's
Priscilla
fine.
is an afterthought. A movie named after fucking
That's
Priscilla.
the point!
That's-
That is the point of the film, Aaron!
But it's not done well enough. It's not even done fucking well in this.
Christ, you literally... Aaron, you are arguing the fact to us. It's like, she's an afterthought in her own movie. That's the point of the movie. But why it's called Priscilla?
But she's in most. But
Would you prefer if it was just called The Wife
Actually,
of Elvis Presley?
It's
No.
actually like having an argument with a fucking child. It's actually like having an argument with a
Aaron,
child.
what did you
because
actually
here's
want
the
from
thing
this?
is, Aaron...
I wanted
you're-
a more complex view of her as a person.
Why?
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 Just answer why.
Why?
Because I thought, but even before going into it, that part of her life is very interesting.
But why?
Why?
Because she's the wife of Elvis Presley.
Exactly!
But she
You've
did.
just described her in a
You've
sentence.
literally just described it.
Yeah.
She is not interesting enough to carry the pitch
The
by
only reason
herself.
why you wanted to see this is because
Honestly-
you wanted to see the shit Elvis did.
Alright, this is fucking neat. Alright, fine.
Is it correct or not?
Jesus Christ.
I think that was
I'd
by
say something.
was
If
that
I
by
never
design?
hear about Elvis or Priscilla, I'm so happy. I don't hear anymore. I don't even want to listen to Elvis songs, and I loved Elvis's songs. I'm done.
He has some absolute fucking crackers.
I know
Yeah,
it's
some
bad,
bangers.
but I like his song. I'm done.
But it's the same as anything else. Like it's like
I need this
Elvis in
stuff.
particular is one of those like he's a larger than life personality.
It's
It's
this
a
point,
character.
It's far. It's too far high.
There's a
up
mythos
to
him.
really be
Yeah.
able to actually take that down. No matter what
He's
you do.
perceived on this level,
Hmm.
and I would not be surprised if it was a case of this film is served to showcase that he is not up here. He is actually like every
Yeah,
other
that's-
person.
That's what I said about
He
Hero.
you
Yeah.
have to change people's perception
I
of
think this
him.
is the point I made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it has to
and
happen
I agree
slowly.
with Amy when she said that, and I agree with you. No, it just to me.
Kira.
Sorry, Kira. Sorry, I'm so fucking.
No, that's
No,
that's
we've
no,
been
no,
all
no,
saying
no.
the same things
Yeah.
to you, but you are.
It's just. I think my over. It's
Don't.
just
Yeah.
Into the pub.
the whole movie wasn't done well.
Nice and cool.
I felt like the writing was bad. I felt like the only thing that held it up was the one she didn't like the one who played Priscilla. I thought she was fine, and I thought the fellow who played Elvis was good. if those two,
I think he's gotten something else out of this now
Yeah.
as well.
I think if the two of those actors weren't in it,
Frankenstein, Guillermo del
Yeah.
Toro.
Oh.
He's out. They got rid of Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield had to pull out.
he had to pull out. But he's in,
There's something else there, scheduling conflicts now, so he had to pull out of it. So they got new Elvis in.
yeah.
Yeah.
If
That's
those
really
two
good.
actors weren't in it, right, and let's say there were two shittier actors,
It probably would have actually been better.
honestly, I don't think it would have been as good.
It would have been indie.
The
It wouldn't
performances,
have gotten actual release.
yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
Look
the
at this way,
performances
so
of the
her
main actors
movies
in
are-
it
her movies
held
are
up
indie movies.
what is fundamentally
She's not good at doing
very bad fucking movie.
real. She's not good at doing actual.
And I think that's
But
what
by
most of my
right.
issue
But
comes
her
from.
indie
Bad
movies
writing
look
has
better.
been held up by good actors, and
I'd say it was restricted.
Restricted, yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Restricted.
Well, as I
Jesus
said,
Christ! I finally calmed down. I'm able to get my point across properly. Fuck it.
To be fair, if you did a biopic of someone's life when they're kind of there just sitting looking at it happen,
In
it's
the
going to
room.
be a bit restricted
Looking
because
at
they're going to go,
Yeah.
didn't happen that way, didn't happen
you.
that way. Didn't
I
happen
don't
that
like the way
way,
it
didn't
looked in that.
Yeah.
I feel like
that's
do you know
not
what
what
I
I
think?
said.
If you even kept that snapshot in time, right, and added another, we say even 15, 20 minutes to it, to flesh out some more things in it, I think I would have come out of it enjoying it a little bit more.
I'd say that
The runtime and the writing really hampered the movie overall.
I'd say with regards to writing is that's just kind of bad writing. You can't say anything about
Yeah.
that anyway. Like bad writing is bad writing.
Yeah.
Runtime, however,
Sorry. Sorry.
bad.
Casey.
With regards to screen times,
So you can throw at him again.
that's
I am
more.
panicking over here.
That's more along the lines.
I'm
of
having a show when I go home.
That's actually more along the lines of the studios, because it's a case of if any, and I don't mean just for this movie, but any movie that goes over a certain time, it's basically like a test screening type thing.
Yeah.
The audience start to lose interest, and the attention span's kind of gone. And Marvel kind of gets away with it because the majority of their stuff is all very action-packed scenes.
Yeah,
It's
it's
colour,
Scorsese.
it's
As
vibrant.
Scorsese said, it was a theme park ride, is that how it is?
theme park.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like because you're excited going into it, you're excited watching it, and you're excited coming out of it.
Yeah.
So anything for a movie that's basically a bunch of people talking, you don't want to go over
See,
a threshold of 2 hours
I-
because your audience, you lose
and that's
your
and
audience.
that's fine, and whatever.
Yeah,
It just
exactly, yeah.
it just it's Sofia Coppola, and it's probably the studio as well slashing the runtime as
Yeah.
well.
Do you
Oh,
like
Priscilla
her
couldn't in the
other
desert. She was
films?
very upset.
I actually, off the top of my head, what else did she
Lost
directed?
in Translation,
That's alright.
The Virgin Suicides.
I never seen that.
Very artsy.
Yeah, she's
It is a
very,
very
very
artsy
See, here's the
I
thing
wouldn't
is,
say that.
she's
And
more.
she-
She's more.
She's a Marmite. She's a Marmite
yeah,
director.
Yeah, you either love
You
her. or
either
hate
like her, you hate her.
See, here's the thing is, she should stick to what she's good at, and that's indie. She's good
Yes.
at
And
indie.
to be fair, the
She's
movie,
not- this
in
is
terms
not
of
a
being
movie that she
shot
should have
and directed, is actually quite a nice movie.
Yeah,
So
It's
it was
not-
the
it's not-
content.
Yeah, it's the
but-
content that's the issue.
And the problem with the content at the moment is that Priscilla is alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different
Yeah,
story when they're dead.
and do you know what? Do you know the way some directors are very good at doing? We say Zack Snyder. I find no, I mean in the sense of he's good at one thing, but he's not very good at something else.
Everyone has
Yeah.
everyone has a pro and cons.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she's very good at directing. I think she probably had a hand in editing the movie, and I think somebody should have told her to fuck off, because I think
Most directors have a hand in the editing.
Yeah.
I know, but
They
I
get
think
the rushes every day, so they get they definitely because
that's
it
fine.
impacts
It
them
just
on what they
it
fi-
seems
they-
like
they film.
that's where her limp is in terms of it. It seemed like a one.
Because in terms of the other movies that she has, she would have also had a hand in the editing.
Yeah, I know a lot of
It's not-
directors. I
it
know some
wouldn't have been
directors
an
have
issue.
a fucking fair hand in the editing that they need to see every
It's
whatever.
the-
Well, they have their dailies
For example,
every day.
Yeah.
you have like your director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Or-
Zack Snyder's the worst for that. When he brings out a
Zack
movie and he's like, I got a
The
director's cut
stuff
coming
that
out
you
in 2
wouldn't
months.
have had, that's the cut that you would have put out if you weren't under the constraints
constraints
of the
of the
studio.
studio.
Yeah, my big and that's the.
I
that's,
guarantee the deleted scenes on that DVD when it comes out will have a lot.
I would probably, if they bring out an extended version that's even they say is an extra 15-20 minutes, I'll probably watch it. I'll probably come up
Yeah, it
with
won't be an
something
extended version. There'll be.
It would just be
different. But you know what I mean, like you know
Little
what I mean.
scenes here and there.
Probably
Yeah.
an extra like.
You're looking for more of
10
the
minutes.
epilogue. That's what you're looking for.
I don't care. Like, yeah, I don't really mind if the movie's fucking 2 hours of just people having a chat at a fucking table. I don't give a shit about that. I enjoy big blockbusters and fucking quiet movies.
Yeah.
It's just
So
that
by
it's just
by the end of all of this conversation, to boil it down to its essence, you basically are saying that you went to Priscilla, you came out, you weren't impressed with the writing of the movie and the portrayal of Priscilla
Yeah.
in its essence.
Yeah, which I couldn't get across properly at the start. And now we just wasted one.
I thought that was
I'm
compelling.
going to say about 50 minutes on this.
That was compelling as fuck.
This session has now gone on longer than the Priscilla movie itself. This whole segment
It
has
has.
actually probably done more for Priscilla the movie than Priscilla Presley herself, I'd say.
I just personally came out of it going, that was a bit shite. No, but that was it. And that was it.
Grant,
It was
go
a
ahead.
weak script mixed in with just... I'm just saying in general, just as a movie.
You said it already.
It's a very weak script that's held up by very good actors.
There
To
you
be
go.
fair,
You're
Chloe,
repeating now.
in his defense, had he just said that at the start, none of anything else would have.
We would have actually just
Yeah.
moved on to a different video.
Yeah.
Like,
We can't actually play trial by trolley now. We've no time.
I mean, that was a trial by fire, to be
In-
fair.
No, that was a
in
fucking
fairness,
trial.
We probably weren't going to be playing trial by trolley because looking around, your social battery's done.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this from somebody else who's also at
I
certain
really
points
disagree.
sitting here going,
I will say, if
his
anything,
social
this
battery's
conversation...
done. She needs to poop. You're tired. You're definitely tired because your eyes are getting heavy.
Concentrated anger is now just like sitting in the bells.
I'm quite tired. And yeah,
You're also
I'm just tired. I'm also... I'm not getting to sleep till about 4 o'clock tonight.
Aaron, breathe.
I'm breathing.
Oh, it's for the pig.
That's, yeah.
Is that a big bag of cocaine?
I wish.
We're still recording. by the way.
Yes.
It's not a big bag of
Something from
cocaine.
the pig.
Sign us out at your show.
Oh.
Bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Staff fed up with
Come here, Aaron. Before we... Aww. Big hug, come on, guys. Ever get in. Ever get in. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
He likes feeling his feelings. You're so good at it.
I think he's gonna cry.
Yes,
Bring
let's
it in,
not
bring it in,
gonna
people. Bring it in,
fucking
people.
cry.
Bring it in, people. Bring it in, people.
God, this
deserve
is
it.
gay.
Bring it in. Get in there.
Let us stick my tongue in your ear.
There.
Ah!
Do you feel it?
Yes!
Give me.
Still be recording.
Right, that's in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
20 minutes?
That's the sign.
I had a shower before I left the fucking house. Like,